Hi. Hi everyone, my name is Yaspidem, and the game today is Once Human. And today is going to be a special episode or a special stream. Why? Well, it's simple. Because I just heard about this game a few hours ago, and I'm still downloading the game. I know that's awkward, but it is what it is. It's still downloading, but at the same time, it gives me an opportunity to see what is this game about. I heard great things about this game from other players, and it looks interesting, or it looks at first interesting to me. So I'm going to see a couple of videos until the download is complete. But for now, still downloading. Yeah. Still downloading. Anyway.
Of the latest games releasing. As usual, it's me, Jake, and today we're talking about Once Human. This is another free-to-play live service game releasing the same week as another free-to-play live service game, The First Descendant. That one didn't really look like my thing, so Falcon and the team checked out The First Descendant.
And that's one thing that give me the attention of the game. Give me the attention of this. Because I think it looks, we had to craft things, to build things, to fight with enemies, and so on. So that's the kind of thing that I like. So yeah, let's see.
While I jumped into this game, Once Human. This is first impressions. This one is an open world sci-fi survival third-person shooter with some quirky elements, a little bit of horror, and honestly, it's kind of like what The Day Before was saying it was going to be until that game turned out to be deemed by most players to be a scam. It's got that post-apocalyptic MMO version of The Division feel to it, but even if it partially makes good on some of those concepts, it's still got a ways to go. After spending some time with this NetEase published game up front, man, this game isn't going to interest some of you. Pretty frequent server wipes, unfinished content, and it also has a lot of the live service trappings. A battle pass, multiple currencies, multiple store pages to buy skins, emotes, and it all gets convoluted so much and cobbles it together in various complicated systems, all in the hopes of not being compelling, rewarding, or deep, but just to get you to spend more money. It has its moments as a game, but not really a lot of surprises here. We'll talk about that stuff more in a bit, but before I start complaining, what exactly is Once Human? Well, you pick a server, default is PvE, you create a character with a pretty robust character creator. You can get pretty goofy and weird with it if you want, and I really appreciate that.
Oh,
then
hi, hang
you
on.
jump into a small tutorial area where the convoluted story is kind of drip-fed to you, as well as the basic mechanics.
How was your weekend,
you live in a world
Hagnot?
ravaged by stardust and otherworldly forces. Basically, all you need to know is that the world is basically destroyed by cool, big, interdimensional monsters, and there's a kind of rift in time. There's a very trippy Death Stranding vibe to a lot of it, and when the game actually shows it, it's pretty cool. What's left of the world are bands of survivors, with a certain group having some special magical sci-fi abilities, and you're one of them.
Okay, nice to hear that.
Some beings that are kind of connected to the origin of this whole world-ending problem, and you set out to close rifts, find all these special spires, and I guess save the world. There's a lot of lore here, a lot of stuff is dumped right on you, and it's pretty messy.
Yeah. I think, well, I think this is my, not think, this is kind of my kind of game. There's this part that we have to fight and kill everybody, and we have to build. We can build houses, build new infrastructures, and so on.
Somewhat of a through line. Like, as much as I'm doing an awful job of explaining it,
Oh, I
after
see.
2 hours, I was able
What?
to at least get a decent grip as to what the writers are saying is going on with this world. Ultimately, not a lot of it even matters. It's the gameplay. It's the grind. There are main mission objectives. There are side quests you can stumble upon.
Okay.
Random events in the world, and a bunch of other stuff buried in a bunch of menus. It has the typical survival game track progression where some of the early objectives are just going through the motions. You know, cut down a tree, build a house, build a furnace, forge a pickaxe, get some ore, craft some pants, I don't make a gun, and make a
kind of Rust thing
for special ingredients, and it just keeps going. Building and crafting does work fairly well, pretty smooth for the most part.
It looks like you have some things from Rust. That's what I can see. And I'm not starting the game because I found this game hours ago, and I was immediately interested on the game. And unfortunately, it's still downloading. I don't know what happened to the internet here on Steam, but it's still downloading the game. That's why I'm not starting with Once Human already. Because of that. Or if the game was already downloaded, I was playing it, not showing the
And even though
this intro video. By the way, Game Ranks is an excellent channel to see what we expect from games, especially from new games that are arriving on the scene. Yeah, but this looks like very similar. Not similar, but how can I say? Well, similar but different. As you can see, they are monsters from the other beings, other 3D. Oh, come on, from other worlds and of dimensions. They are the first. Well, when he just when he says this furnace, it will it give me all the, oh come on, it gave me all the sensation of Rust. That's how I just yeah, kind of like the sensation of the Rust. He was telling about the furnace, and wow, this is kind of Rust. We have to craft materials. We have survival here. Well, that's. I was to start with Sons of the Forest, but I was just looking, and I found this game. I said, what is this? And yeah,
my little house builds.
Let's see a little bit more.
Ones out in the wild. But the player territories and builds and campsites are everywhere. And some of the progression is fairly interesting. It's got a solid skill tree where you unlock the ability to craft new things and get access to new things. And it's pretty in-depth and lengthy. The way it flows kind of reminds me of
Okay, just let me check something here. Because I forgot one thing, one important thing. I don't know if it's compatible with Linux. I forgot that. Let me check real quickly. If it's not compatible, well, I can't play it. That's a big no. Okay, let's hope so. Let me check here. Okay, it's gold. I can play it. All right. All right, no problem. Yeah. And still downloading. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, you were saying I found a game with my favorite car and realistic driving and crashes. Okay, what is that game, by the way?
Worlds, if you saw that recently. And along with that, you're slowly unlocking specialization for your character, as well as this other form of slotting in perks that is all well and fine, but just feels way too convoluted for its own good. It doesn't really add to anything, at least not for me personally. It's not satisfying. But with crafting weapons and gear, the weapons and stuff seem really simple.
Yeah, it reminds me Rust. Look,
find, and then you can make
it just remind me Rust.
Magnums, and a variety of melee weapons. I like the customization. You know, I've gotten silent.
It's a cross between Rust and Forest, to be honest. It's a cross between the forest, Rust. Yeah. Well.
And cool scopes for a lot of weapons, and the guns and the gear have little perk slots where you can slot things in, like improved pistol damage, better melee, stuff like that. And the actual combat feels decent. You know, the game takes a while to get difficult. For a while, you know, you're just kind of like mowing down boring zombie mobs. But if you trek deeper into the map, you'll find some fun and kind of weird challenging stuff. Melee is really simple, but I don't know, I found the animations and the hits somewhat satisfying. The gunplay is third person, so like you have a dodge roll, crouch, sprint, shoot type of stuff. Aiming is over the shoulder or in first person. And all that works well enough with decent weapon sounds and hit feedback. As of right now, it's only mouse and keyboard controls, so some features and options are limited, but the controls feel responsive and it helps me feel capable. You'll also gain special abilities to use in the field. And one of the most notable
and it's multiplayer.
To have a little tiny creature in your backpack. You can find these creatures and store them at your base and choose which one to bring with you. They have different use cases like outright attacking, buffing, or creating stuff in the environment to help out. It's a nice little creative spin, but also is explained and dragged out in a weird, overcomplicated way, like a lot of the game's systems, where really it's just like, hey, you can get these little guys to help you. Press a button. It's also another feature in a pretty endless list of things this game just dumps on you. Crafting, base building, leveling up, weapon customizations and weapon mods, vehicles, modding those vehicles, camping, hunting, monster collecting.
That's my kind of game.
Having all that stuff, that's a lot of.
This isn't my kind of game.
Your games, but it's like a jack of all trades, master of none. And I think that leads to my biggest problem with the game. Yes, it's built as a live service game. It has all the moral and financial failings the average hardcore game.
It's free. You just have to download to your computer.
Would have a heart attack over, but I played for hours and didn't spend any money. It's hard to judge this in the early hours because these things change over time, so they could totally crap the bed on balancing and monetization. But really, it's not that stuff that bothered me as much as just how soulless the game often feels. At many points, this game just kind of feels like a PUBG mobile asset flip cash-in. You're wandering around sparse, sometimes frankly ugly environments, doing busy work, designed specifically just to keep you playing. This gameplay loop, this thing is in many other games and players often love it, but I think those games just do a better job of making it feel worthwhile or just have a special hook or spin to it. Here, you're just a generic character talking to lifeless NPCs about whatever thing is designed to get you to continue to grind. Now, like I've said, I've seen this stuff in games. I've seen the good side of it. I've seen the bad side of it. I've expressed my personal distaste for it before, but it's different with Once Human because it feels like it kind of has an identity crisis. On the one hand, it's all the stuff I just mentioned, but then every so often, you get splashes of what the game could be, dude. The real creativity, The flashy cinematics and trailers and marketing and screenshots led you to believe this is a moody, atmospheric Death Stranding meets The Division with spooky sounds, looming giant monsters in the fog, and cool sci-fi elements. That stuff is there, but it takes a while to get to it, and every so often in the early hours, you will come across this stuff. Clearing out a spooky abandoned house on a rainy night with an assault rifle and your flashlight, maybe with a couple of players you're grouped up with, maybe you stumble upon a town obscured by fog and strange objects floating in the sky. Suddenly, a rift opens in the sky and a big, nasty, gooey enemy crawls its way out through the universe, and then you gotta throw grenades at it. You know, boss battles where you fight a strange-looking, scary thing and maybe pick up a big Gatling gun to blow it away. The game has these moments sprinkled throughout. Like, this stuff is in there. It's where you can see the real potential, the real raw idea. But then it's all drowned out by endless, bland, lifeless environments, crappy player-built houses everywhere, endless menus and explainers amounting to little. And all of those elements I talked about earlier that are just there for the sake of having them all, to check all the boxes. When the game does that awesome stuff, like the spooky stuff, it's memorable, but then it's everything else around it. And this is gonna sound kind of harsh, it just kind of feels like a mobile game with basic bland assets. And the game is apparently also coming to mobile, by the way. So I guess it kind of makes sense. And this is an early access game. It still needs plenty of stuff, you know, more voice acting, more bug fixing, more vehicles, more content, more balancing, all the player feedback and all that stuff. The game has a foundation to improve upon, but will those bland moments ever improve? I don't know. I think I just really like a version of this game that was quality over quantity, less filler, less generic BS, and more of that original basic vision. It feels kind of scattershot. You know, hey, I guess you gotta make money. I don't know. That is ultimately the point of all video games, but especially free-to-play live service games. It is free, so you don't really lose much skin in the game if you try it. Maybe try it if you don't feel like spending any money right now. I don't know. Maybe you think...
By the way, it's still downloading, yeah. Unfortunately.
Being grumpy, check it out for yourself. But there's just too many of these types of games now. You need to do something really special to really stand out, and I think in this early stage right now, unfortunately, Once Human is squandering.
I'm sorry? How much is left? What, download? 15 gigas? 15 gigabytes? Kind of. I started the download about 2 hours ago and it's still downloading. Unfortunately, yeah, I don't know what happened, but yeah, it's still downloading. If I had already downloaded, I started with the game already. But unfortunately, yeah, still downloading. Yeah, but yeah. You're gonna die? No, just a little bit. I will put
those special.
I want to see.
But hey, maybe it'll get better. Maybe I'll be in the minority.
I want to see another, just to give another vision.
Once Human is easily one of the best open-world survival games of 2024, and it's loaded with your favorite survival game systems, like crafting and upgrading epic gear.
I love that.
The ruins of a civilization under threat, and my favorite
love
part,
that.
the boss fights. Tons of massive, terrifying boss fights. Leading you through this massive world is an engaging main story quest. And all of this from a game that is free on Steam right now. Welcome to the most complete Once Human beginner guide on the internet. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to maximize your time in Once Human. And be sure to use my code OnceHumanLG.
He has bikes, man.
Game rewards. Shout out to the Once Human team for giving me early access to the game so I can make the best beginner guide possible. Now let's dive in. Now, the first thing that we should go over is progression in this game. What is motivating you? What is driving you forward? And that's going to be the main story quest, which can be found in here. You press L on PC or just go to tasks in your menu system, and you're going to see the quests that you have available to you here. Now, these quests can be found on the map by looking for the gold markers. The side quests are going to be blue markers, and it tells you what level you should be about, you know, give or take, when trying to complete these quests. And here it's showing me these quests are red because I am quite a bit low for these quests. My character's only level 38 or so right now, whereas the green quests I am amply leveled for. Those are green. That's what you're going to be looking for on the map. So at the very beginning of the game, if we scroll out, right, and here's the map of the world. It's massive, by the way. I've got loads of hours in just this small section.
Again,
here. I haven't.
It reminds me, he has that feeling of Rust. Just putting this. I'm going to wait till I crash one more time, and then I'm going to Subnautica. Oh, okay. But what is the game that you found with the car that you love? What is the game? Three asterisk. Well, on Discord, okay. Okay, let me turn on Discord first. I'm not there.
Even made it into these areas on this playthrough yet. So our journey is going to start here at the Deadsville camp. So that is this icon right here, this blue water drop icon. That is going to be a camp. That's a base of operations. So this is the low level area, and the game has a very consistent progression route, right? So basically you're going to start in this area. You're going to go out and explore all of these icons.
I'm on one now.
The rewards, make sure to grab all of the rift anchors. You're going
if you want, can show me now.
A certain number of these before you can continue. You don't have to grab all of them. If you miss one, that's okay, but it won't let you continue until you've grabbed enough of these rift anchors. So make sure you grab them whenever you're nearby. If you forget to do that, the main story quest will tell you, hey, you can't continue until you grab enough of these rift anchors. So to grab those, you just walk up to them and interact with them, and it's going to give you a bit of rewards. And then after you have explored enough of the area, collected enough of the loot and the rewards, eventually the main story quest will send you to the monolith of that area, which is going to be this icon right here, monolith. It's got a gold square with a monolith in front of it, and that's where you finish that region. So it starts here at the camp, which is going to be the hub of the main quest for the area, and then eventually it sends you to the monolith, and that's when you're going to fight the big bad boss for that area. And it's going to be a really fun and engaging boss fight. So whenever you head to a monolith, make sure you take lots of heals, lots and lots of ammunition. Make sure you upgrade your gear, upgrade your weapons. Make sure you are ready before you head into that monolith, because these fights are big, right? The bosses have a lot of health and they don't go down super easy. It's going to be a good challenge, a good fun challenge. So go in prepared, and don't worry, we're going to go over how to do all of the things I just mentioned, from crafting weapons to upgrading weapons to using attachments, calibrating your weapons. All of that stuff we're going to talk about in this video.
Okay.
Now, after you complete that monolith, the main quest is going to say, hey, now go to the next hub, the next camp. So you're going to make your way through this post-apocalyptic world to the next camp. And here this says it's level 15. And of course, then you've got similarly leveled areas around it that you're going to be exploring, collecting the rift anchors, doing the side quests that you find in the areas, collecting loot, upgrading, and eventually when you've done enough in this region, it's going to send you to the next final boss at the monolith, right? So that's how this game's progression kind of works. So each time you go to the next hub, the next zone in the map, if you will, it is all seamless. There's no...
You can screen share now if you want.
But each time you go to a new area and a new city hub, that's going to be where you unlock the next tier of materials so that you can create the next tier of of items. So anytime you're trying to craft a better item and you're like, oh man, how do I get to tier 2 when I'm only at tier 1? The answer is going to be finish the region you're in, go to the next region.
Oh, whatever you want.
The next tier of materials there. So now that you kind of understand how we're going to be exploring the map and how that's going to contribute to our progression, let's talk about all of the finer systems in this game, starting with our user interface, starting with the UI that's on screen right now, because there is a load of information and you're not going to know exactly what it all means just yet. So on the left side of the screen, there's usually going to be some helpful information about what buttons you can press to make certain things happen. And in this case, it's going to tell you what you have to press to get your melee attack, what you can do. If you hold down tab, you can pull out your function wheel. So camera is going to take pictures. Summon V, he is part of your quest line, basically, and you can talk to him and get information about quests. And then your cradle. Your cradle is going to be where you upgrade your character. As you are playing through the game, you're going to be unlocking a currency called Energy Link, and you're going to use Energy Link combined with meme points. And yes, it is called meme points, short for memetic. Your memetic resources, right? You're going to use those two currencies to unlock your tree, your crafting tree, your building tree, your logistics tree, all of these trees here that you're going to be able to fill out and unlock inside of the game. Then N is our flashlight, and then T, you can set up a temporary camp. They're nice because they're really easy to make. They don't require much resources. Just grab a little gravel, grab a little wood, and then you can slam one down. And so when you do,
what car is that?
Remove the last one that you had.
A VM?
So you can only have one camp up at a time. But if anything goes
an
wrong,
Aldi.
Respawn
Oh, it's an Aldi.
So just go ahead and get in the habit of putting one of these down before you go into a new area, just in case you do meet your end.
And have lots of cars. Okay.
Campsites is normally, if I'm over here somewhere, I can't teleport to anywhere, right? If I try to teleport, it's saying I can't. If I try to teleport to my house, it wouldn't let me teleport to my house. But if I was standing on a campsite, well, from here, I can teleport to my house. So you can teleport back to your base that you've built from a campsite. So if you ever find yourself far away from home, just know that you don't have to run all the way back. You can just slam down a campsite and then open up the map and teleport back to your house. You can also do a little bit of crafting with your bare hands here, and you can do some basic gear crafting. This isn't something you're really going to utilize all that much once you get later into the game and you have benches in your house that are capable of crafting much better gear.
What is the purpose of the game? It's just go circling around the roads.
Bring our attention to the bottom middle of the HUD here, where you can see our health bar. That is the gray bar. And then to the right of that, you'll see this kind of fluidic gray bar, right? There's something going on there. That is my sanity or my insanity. As it
it's a campaign. Okay,
while you're playing this game, you're going to be exposed to all types of horrifying creatures, monsters, and like. You're going to be walking in areas where you're going to be encountering this stardust, and it's going to be draining your character's sanity, which effectively eats away at your max health pool. So normally my max health would be able to go all the way to the end of that bar, but right now I'm losing about 30% of my health, my max health, to my sanity. So the way that we would fix that is you just rest on your bed. You lay down on your bed, and as you're laying down, you'll see that sanity bar slowly depletes, and I get my health back. So we'll go ahead and fast forward time here so you can see the sanity bar replenish, and there you go. Our sanity has been fully replenished there. Now we're no longer losing 30% of our health to our sanity. We've got all of that. And then if we look above that, you've got the arm, the bicep and the fist right there. That's our stamina or our endurance, basically. You drain this bar by gliding, using your bird, right? It drains very slowly when you do that. Then next to that, you've got the head. That's our sanity meter. That will deplete as your health bar also depletes. Those two are kind of showing you the same information. And then next to that, we've got our hydration meter. So right now my character is very dehydrated, which is having a lot of negative impacts. One thing is I'm moving really slow. So as you would expect, if we drink some water, that's going to fill up that hydration meter. We'll go ahead and drink a couple of times. Now it says increase stamina recovery speed and increase sprint speed. So now our character moves a little bit faster because we made it past the mark there.
You can speak on the Discord? Okay, okay. Okay. Oh, let's see how it's download. We are getting there. We are getting there.
If we drink again, we'll get another buff. We've increased our stamina recovery speed again. Now our character is even more zoomy. So you always want to keep your hydration on the fuller side. Just because you're not empty doesn't mean you shouldn't drink, as your character is going to be moving a lot slower. Their stamina is going to recover a lot slower, right? And it's just a bit of a pain. Fortunately, this game's survival mechanics are really mild, so you don't have to drink water very often, and it's really easy to get more. We'll talk about that. And same with eating. The food is going to last a long time. So if we open up our inventory here, we can look at some food that we happen to have found out in the wild, and it says assorted canned fruit. It's going to give us 80 energy. That's our appetite. That's our hunger meter. And then it's going to give us 40 hydration. So this would both fill the hydration meter and the energy meter. So if we eat this, and then boom, look at that. We have just filled our meter there. And it's also given us a nice little buff on top of that, because it tells us they gave us the cool head buff for 1800 seconds, used to increase weak spot damage by 25% whenever our sanity is above 80%. So that's a really massive damage buff right there, just from this. Okay, so how do you get water? Really easy. Really easy. You just come to any water source and you say, collect dirty water. This is dirty water, so you're not going to want to drink this. And then once you've collected enough of that, you just head to a stove and you're going to boil it. Come here, we'll go to our stove and boiled water, boom. And we say, go ahead and make that. It's just going to use a little bit of wood, and it's going to use the dirty water that we found, and boom, we're going to have ourselves some nice clean water. You can see there, one of my deviations came over and started cooking for me, handling that process. You don't ever have to stop and stand somewhere for something to cook, but your deviations can assist in the process for you. Okay, now if we look at the stove, down here at the bottom, it says we've got 17 of 17 boiled water. Boom. Now our character has water. And the same thing works for food. If you want food, you just come here. You'd look for a food that's going to give you energy, because that's what you want it to do. Hydration will say hydration. Food will say energy. And then a lot of times we'll have other buffs with it, and you just craft it. So that's how you sort food and hydration issues. On the bottom right there, you can see all of our hotkeys to all of our items. One of the things that you're definitely going to want to have hotkeyed, although you'll never need to actually select it, is going to be your pickaxe. Throughout the game, you're going to get a lowly normal pickaxe, and then you're going to upgrade it eventually to a steel or a bronze or an aluminum pickaxe, right? And each time you upgrade it, it's going to be capable of harvesting better and better materials until you eventually come up to a material like this, tungsten ore, and you just press F and it's going to mine that for you. You don't have to hit whatever you bind that axe to. So that's why I've tossed mine in the bottom right there, all the way on the end, the hardest to reach button, because I never actually need to press it. But it does have to be slotted for you to use it when you walk up to these ores. So make sure to slot it, and then you should be able to press F and mine just like that. Now above all of our quick slot items, you can see there it says the letter E to summon my deviation. So if I hold down E, I can choose what I want it to do. Do I want it to use its designated target ability, or do I want it to use its combat assist ability? And if you look carefully in my backpack there, you can see, let's see if I face it towards the light, you can see my deviation in there. That little thing in there floating around, he can come out and help me. So if I click combat assist, now he's out and he absorbs some of the damage I take and stuff like that. He's a really cool little helper. And there's loads of these different deviations. They remind me a lot of pals from Pal World or Pokemon from Pokemon. You'll see a lot of stuff like that. To the right of that, you see the gun that we have out. So right now my character has like a little submachine gun.
Where are you going?
Rifle, or I can pull out my melee weapon. There is a massive amount of progression in the weapon system in this game. This is probably one of my favorite parts of this game, and I think it's gonna be one of everybody's favorite parts about this game, is the really
you don't know? Just driving. Oh, okay.
This game has the number of different
that's fun
that you can find and craft, and also how unique they can be from one another. So if we look at these weapons, you can see that there's varying qualities, right? Like we've got green armor, blue armor, gold, purple. So that should feel pretty familiar. But on top of that, these items also have stats, you know, not just damage and fire rate or magazine size, but also if you calibrate enough times. You can increase its range, its accuracy. If you keep calibrating, you can
still downloading.
Damage, its critical rate. So upgrading these can be very powerful. And then on top of that, you can change mods on them, which are going to increase their weapon damage, crit damage, max HP for your character. And there's loads of these to choose from, and varying quality of these where you can select a mod. And every item that you equip gets one mod. That's what this little diamond is here in the bottom. That is your mod that you have attached. And if that's empty, you would want to fix that. And so whenever you equip a new item, then you're going to want to make sure to stop and put a new mod in it. And don't hesitate to put mods in, because you can unequip them at any time by pressing U here on PC. We just click that and we unequip a mod, and then we can click this one and attach that. Now we've got a new mod in, and unequipping it, you could also upgrade it. So it tells you hold to enhance, and it's going to cost energy link and weapon mod parts. So when you salvage weapon mods that you don't want, you can get weapon mod parts. And in order to get weapon mod parts, you're going to salvage the mods that you don't want to use. So whenever you get one you don't like, go ahead and salvage it, and then you can use those weapon mod parts to upgrade the mods that you do like. Really awesome system there. But that's not where it ends. Then you've also got accessories that you can slot onto here. You got muzzles, optics, tactical, magazines, right? And if you're ever not sure how to get one of these things, you can hover over it. It says how to get, explore mysterious painting in the Black Art region, redeem at the Morphic shop. So there's shops that will let you spend a certain currency to buy these things. Sometimes.
Really? Do you want to go there?
Right? It really depends on the item. Just be aware of the fact that you're always going to want a mod on these weapons, and eventually you'll probably want to put an accessory. Just be aware of the fact that accessories aren't all good. A lot of times they'll come with some downsides. Like this one here, you can see that it's lowering stability but increasing range. Then you've got the cosmetics section where you'll be able to equip skins that you've purchased and things like that. You'll find these mods by killing enemies.
Your car is all broken, man.
Over the game, and they're in no short supply. So that's what the diamond is there. And you'll notice that your weapons also have durability. Like if we hover over this one right here, it says durability 43 out of 100. And so this item will need to be repaired or else it'll break. So make sure that you either replace a weapon or repair it before it breaks. So now let's talk about how to get these weapons that we're modifying and that we're attaching attachments to. One way, of course, is going to be to kill enemies or open loot boxes out in the wild. You'll occasionally find a weapon that is pretty good. Now, the downside of the weapons that you find is that they are not owned by you, and so the game is not going to let you repair them. It'll let you upgrade them, but you can't repair them. So eventually they'll deteriorate and you won't be able to use them anymore. So usually the best course of action is going to be to craft your own weapons. And so most of the time that's what you'll be using, is crafting and investing in the weapons that you've made, since you're able to repair those. And to do that, you'll have a bench like this, a gear workbench. Come here and you can see you've got weapon crafting and armor crafting. And if you click on each tab, it's going to have all of the weapons that you can make from that type of weapon, whether it's a melee weapon or a crossbow or a sniper rifle, right? You can make all of these things, and then they have different tiers, tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, the tiers require different materials. So if we wanted to make a tier 4 weapon, then we would click on each of these plus signs and craft the materials for it. So we craft this, craft this, craft this, craft this. So we have each of the pieces made because we had all the materials for each one, and then we could hold F to confirm, and boom, we would then have this sniper rifle at tier 4. Now you'll notice tier 4 is considerably better, right? 980 base damage. That's
your card still runs.
Before we calibrate it.
That's a miracle, man.
980 base damage, whereas tier 1 is 255. Tier 2 is 392, 627 at tier 3, right? So you always want to make the highest tier that you can. How do you get higher tier weapons? So at first you're going to obviously be making, you know, your tier 1 weapons, which is going to require
repaired.
And then you're going to want to know, okay, well, where do I get the tier 2 materials? Well, remember the towns that you progress through, right? You start here at Deadsville, then you progress to Myers Market, then you're going to go up to Greywater Camp, right? These blue ones. Each one is a different tier of materials. So you'll get the first tier at one camp, and then when you move to the next camp, you'll be able to find the next tier of materials in that level range. And fortunately, you don't have to circle back to the old tiers, the lower level ones, to get the base materials. So for instance, right now, I am in the tier 5
Okay.
version. So I have access to
Let's see
aluminum, which
it.
is a tier 4 material, tin, which was like tier 3. There's going to be copper laying around. The game is good about giving you access to all of the previous materials in each zone. You don't have to do a lot of backtracking to get the lower tier materials, which is nice,
okay.
because sometimes you'll need it for other projects. So that's how you craft weapons. Armor is going to work exactly the same way. Let's say we want to make tier 4 armor. It's going to increase the amount of HP, pollution resistance, and psi intensity as we increase the tiers. And one of the cool things about armor, though, is that it has set bonuses. So you'll notice here, it says I'm wearing 3 pieces of this that are highlighted in green. That means I'm wearing the pants, the gloves, and the mask. So I'm getting gathering speed 15%, max load 20%, and then this third buff here as well. There are sets in the game that you can equip or not. Just, you know, if you find one that you like the bonuses, you can wear the one piece of it. So you could wear a bunch of one piece sets, you know, just get those one piece bonuses. You could wear 3 2-piece sets or 2 3-piece sets, right? It's really up to you how you want to mix and match. And then you click on these, you craft each component like that. And don't worry, you haven't lost the materials that you are using to craft this until you confirm it. So like if I back out of here, I get all those materials back. I didn't just craft those pieces of that, right? So if I come here, I don't have it. I have to craft it again. So nothing's lost until you hold F to confirm, and then it's going to craft that helmet for you. Now, once you have crafted it, you've got this tab over here, calibrate. So in here, we can calibrate weapons, and it's going to tell us, for instance, if we look at this item right here that I have not calibrated, I could take it from 2 out of 10 to 3 out of 10. It's going to use tungsten ingots and stardust source. This is a semi-rare material, so this is what's going to be the thing that stops you from just upgrading everything to max whenever you find an item, because you're going to run out of your stardust. However, you can always collect more of it if you do have something that you want to upgrade. You know, it says how to go obtain it from extraction sites or securement silos. So it's out there. You just have to go and grab it. Tungsten's real easy. You just go hit the tungsten ore, you come back in here and you refine it at your electric furnace here, tungsten, right? We just go like this and boom, we make some tungsten ore. So that's how you calibrate. You just come into the menu, you click the item you want to calibrate, you have the materials, and you can confirm it. Same thing goes for the armor. You can calibrate it, and as you do, it's going to tell you what's going to change. You're going to go up to 174 HP.
Do you using keyboard or do you have a
67
wheel?
And as I mentioned, as you calibrate it, so for instance at +4 we got range +12 and accuracy +6, and then when we get to +7 we get weak spot damage. So you can just
keyboard, okay.
plus it all the way up. I am short right now on some aluminum ingots and some stardust source, but I'm in the next tier now. This was a tier 4 sniper rifle. I'm most likely not going to want to invest any more of my stardust in it. I'm going to instead now wait and get a tier 5 sniper rifle. See, if we hover over this, it says tier 4 in the top right. I want to get a tier 5 one so that it has the potential to do bigger things. So I'm going to save my stardust for a tier 5 rifle now. Now, before a rifle or a weapon will show up in here for you to craft it, you have to get it to show up in here. So how do you expand the number of weapons that you can craft? That is a great question. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your blueprints menu. While you're playing the game, you're going to be finding blueprint fragments for weapons, and you'll occasionally find them, and when you found enough of them, you'll be able to fuse the fragment and unlock the full blueprint. And when you have the full blueprint, now you can craft it at your crafting bench anytime you want. So if we look at this pistol blueprint right here, it's telling us what its stats are, everything that it would be able to do. Every 4 hits will trigger unstable bomber, all this good information. But it also, at the very top, it says fragments 0 out of 80. So I have not found any of these fragments yet. Whereas if I hover over this one, the Hunter 500, it says fragments 80 out of 40. So I have enough fragments. I could fuse this.
I forgot.
This one here. So the dusty frag,
Okay.
60 out of 60. So what I could do is hold F, boom, and now I have unlocked that blueprint. Now I could craft this weapon anytime.
Probably you're just having fun with that
to see
one.
which ones you have enough of the fragments for is this backwards K here, or this X. That is going to be gold. If that's gold, that means you have enough fragments, you can fuse it and use it. Now the armor is going to work the same way. Again, you can see which ones we've unlocked. We can look at them here, and if we go ahead and fuse these, I'd be able to make these pants. Now I could craft those. So if I come into my armor crafting and I go to pants, and now I have the heavy duty pants, and look at the set bonuses, max HP, elemental damage. I could unlock the full set if I find all the blueprint fragments and craft this anytime I want. You'll collect blueprint fragments by killing bosses, by looting strongholds, and completing tasks in the game. Okay, so now that you know how to make weapons, upgrade your weapons by calibrating them, put attachments on them, and you know that you can repair them by coming to your bench, clicking the repair tab, and then choosing the weapon you want to repair, and then it's going to tell you what materials it's going to need. You just hold down F, boom, and it says fully repaired. In order to use your weapon, you are going to need ammunition. I have an SMG right now. You can see there on the bottom right, it says I have 0 ammo, whereas my sniper rifle, it's got 683 sitting there waiting for me to use it. So if you need more ammo, you come to your supplies workbench and you can create ammunition here. So if I wanted to make some basic SMG ammo, it's telling me I'm going to need 3 copper ingots and 1 gunpowder to make 120 rounds. So if we make a few copper ingots,
You are on
grab
hardcore mode?
there. Come to the supply bench.
First time hardcore mode. Okay, okay.
SMG ammo, copper SMG ammo. We'll make one of those. And there we go. Now we have 120 rounds. Make sure that you grab it after it finishes crafting. It doesn't go into your menu. You gotta click on it. Now it's in our inventory.
Remember, if you die, you will lose everything.
We pull out that weapon. You can see that we have the 120 rounds. There he goes, and you just reloaded with 35 in the gun. So that's how you get more ammo. You can find ammo by killing enemies, but it's not going to happen nearly as often as you need ammo. You are going to need to craft it, but crafting it is incredibly easy. So craft a ton at a time, and you know, you'll never have too much copper. So when you see copper ore, go ahead and use it. You're going to use copper to create weapons early on. You're going to use it to create armor early on, and then you're going to be using copper to create ammo throughout the entire game. While I'm standing here, let's just quickly go over using your weapon. So if you tap right click, it's going to bring up your scope. If you hold right click, it's going to do over the shoulder with a crosshair like this. So whatever you prefer, you can use. I generally will use this most times unless something is really far away and I need that extra accuracy. I'll come into it here. And if you're someone that prefers a camera on the other side, you can press caps lock and you can switch. Or if you hit something on accident and you're not sure why all of a sudden the camera's on the other side of your character and it bugs you, that's what it is. It's caps. Press the caps lock button. Now, while you're running around exploring the world, doing quests, killing bosses, and all that fun stuff, you're going to be also collecting materials to build your base. And your base, which is going to, by the way, start with you placing this thing down right here, your territory terminal. You're going to put your territory terminal down and then you can build around that. You can't build just anywhere that you want. What we're going to do is we're going to press B, and on the bottom left of the screen, it's going to tell you what your options are. And you see some information at the top of the screen as well. So on the bottom left, it says right click to open the build menu, press Z to move territory, which is something you're absolutely going to be doing anytime you need to move your base. So every time you change regions in the game, you'll start down here at the level 2 area, Deadsville, and then you'll go down here to Myers Market, right? And then eventually you're going to come up here to Greywater Camp. Every time you change hubs, you're going to want to move your base somewhere in that level range, because outside of your base will be the important materials that you constantly need to gather to upgrade your gear. Like in my case, tungsten. Here it is, tungsten, right outside of my house. If I had left my house back at a lower tier area, I wouldn't be able to farm tungsten anytime I needed it, right? Right now, I can just step outside, grab a bunch of tungsten. My helpers, this guy here, my deviation, is out here grabbing materials for me as well. Just like in Pal World, if you've played that, you can get a bunch of deviations and you can have them gathering for you so that it's kind of happening passively in the background while you do all the other stuff. So you're absolutely going to be moving your base every time you change regions in the game.
The screen just froze.
And it's really easy to do. You just press Z and then it lets you pick the spot where you want to put it. It does have a 10-minute cooldown though, so you don't waste 10 minutes. Make sure you set it where you want the first time around. Make sure you spin it so that the door going into your house is something you can walk in and out of, and something that your deviations can walk in and out of easily. You don't want anybody to get stuck or not enter the door very easily. That's just 2 pieces of advice there. So let's go into the build menu now. We open this up by right clicking, and you've got all of our foundations that we've unlocked. There's different tiers of crafting that you're going to be unlocking by leveling up your memetics. So if we come into the memetics menu here, you can see the skill trees. And if you're ever not able to build something that you want to build, it's likely that you just haven't unlocked it yet in here. So you'd want to find it in here and then work your way down to it so that you could craft.
Oh, you have to get out of the game.
So we could make a wood foundation, slap that there. Then we could come down to the next section here. We've got ceilings, or we could put a wall. So we could put a wall there. You could put roofs, all kinds of stuff. That's your structure. So building your structure is going to be here in structure. Then you've got facilities. This is where all of your crafting benches are going to be
language,
located. So your
you have to get out
workbench, that's where you're building ammo.
on
That's
main
where
menu.
you're building your syringes to heal yourself, your activators, as this game calls them. This is going to be in your supplies workbench. And there's supplies workbench, and then there's a tier 2 intermediate supplies workbench. And you can feel free to delete the original supplies workbench when it comes time to make the upgraded supplies workbench, because it's going to craft everything that the basic one does and more. And same thing for the advanced supplies workbench, right? So you're going to constantly be getting better workbenches that are able to craft more things. And this is going to be happening with your gear workbenches as well. So you've got your gear workbench, then your intermediate gear workbench, and then your advanced gear workbench, where you'll be able to create all of that great stuff. You're also going to have things in here like your furnace or your electric furnace. Your electric furnace is just a better version of your furnace, except it requires electricity to run, and it's going to be able to create better ore, more higher tier ores, like tungsten ore. So if you're ever at a point where you need to make the next tier of ore, but your furnace doesn't seem to give you the ability to do that, it's because it's time to switch over to your electric furnace. So make sure you get that thing built. And now down here, you see these ones that have locks on them, and it says that I don't have them yet. And if you look,
you are in a good place, man.
Unlock in the mimetic screen. And this is something I really want
you are on point zero
for, is it does a phenomenal job of telling you what you are missing in order to get
you are on point zero of the map. Wow,
item in your inventory,
good place,
right? If we go into our inventory and we hover over an item that we have, and we're like, how do we get more? Look, how to get craft on any type of supplies workbench. Oh, so we need more arrows, we can craft them at a supply bench. Easy. You need ammo, craft at a supply bench. What about gravel? How to get? Mine any piece of ore. What about steel? How do we get steel ingots? It says craft at a furnace. So this game's UI is actually really, really good and full of great information. Under facilities, you can also create things like storage. It's an open world survival game, so you know you're going to need some chests to store your loot in, absolutely, as well as your crafting materials. Your character does need to rest occasionally to clear his sanity, right? So you'll need furniture, like in this case, a bed right here. It's going to be under lifestyle items, under furniture. If you ever come to the point where you're like, I need a bed, I need to clear my sanity, there it is right there. Then you've got other items in here that you can make, but by no means need to make. Some of these are just, you know, very cosmetic, whereas some of them are actually useful, like lighting, for instance. These can sometimes have positive effects on your deviations. Some of them like green light, or some of them like red light. And when they have that, they're more efficient and more effective. We'll talk about that more when we get into deviations in greater detail here in a moment. But now that we've gone over how to build a base, and you're going to make wood, and then you're going to unlock the next tier in your mimetic screen so that you can make rock structure. And upgrading it is useful because you will get enemies coming to attack your Stardust Resonator. When you try to use this, make sure you upgrade your base, make sure you install some protection, some defenses, because you'll get a horde of enemies that come and attack when you're trying to use this right here, your Stardust Resonant Filter. The mobs that came the first time I did it were about level 25. They were actually able to destroy a good bit of my base because it was still just a wooden base. So I would definitely advise upgrading your base before you use that Stardust Resonant Filter, and also make sure you're ready for battle. All right, now when you use this machine, you'll put your items in there, and it might be best not to put too many in at a time to prevent you from having to fight super high level mobs or too many mobs. On the right side there, it tells you how long you're going to have to defend and which mobs you're going to have to defend against. So waves of enemies will come in and they'll start trying to attack your base. All you'll need to do is dispatch them. In the top left there, you can see a timer counting down until the next boss and until this event is over. Or you can go look at the machine and you can see the bar progressing in real time. But don't stay inside for too long because there's going to be enemies attacking your base and they can destroy it, which is why it's a good idea to get stone walls before you do this. The wood ones are pretty easy for them to take down. Once it's over, it tells you that the purification is complete. You can run on back inside, and there it is sitting on the floor, and you can pick it up. And now you have some Starcrom to gamble for those blueprints with over at some wish machine. Now let's quickly talk about the disassembly bench here. You're going to be running out and you're going to find toys. You're going to find rope. You're going to find flashlights. You're going to find guns that you don't want to use, armor that you don't want to use. You're going to find all kinds of things, and it's going to fill up your inventory, and it's going to be a large part of your weight. Here, if we look at our inventory, I'm carrying 69% of my load, which which is going to eventually slow us down if we get too heavy and all of that good stuff. So we don't want that to happen. When we disassemble these items, we're going to get really, really important crafting materials. So disassembling is essential. So we can click them all one at a time, or we can come down here and we can say select all, and then boom. And generally speaking, that's what you're always going to want to do. You're just going to want to come down here, click select all, and you're going to get all these crafting materials. And these crafting materials are going to be what you need to create armor, to create weapons, right? Like these pieces right here, refined parts, special parts. These come from junk, and you need these to make.
Oh, it's almost.
And the
It's almost there.
Grabbing is going to
Download. It's almost there. Come on, let's go.
to yield
Almost.
the tier that it was found in. So if you find a toy,
You can't see
tier
that.
2 region, you're
It's
gonna get
just
tier 2
showing
parts
the
out of that
YouTube.
toy. If you find something in a tier 3 region, now you can get tier 3 parts out of that. So this is one of the reasons why it's really important when you get to a higher level region to go do all of the things in that region, to go explore all of the points of interest on the map, to go to all the rift anchors, the buildings, the towers, and open up chests as you're there. This game does a really good job of making it feel like it's worth it to open every container you find and to touch every rift anchor you can and kill every boss you can, because you're constantly getting tons of resources that you need to progress. Everything has a purpose in this game. Even the junk gets disassembled into very, very usable parts. This assembly bench is going to be your friend.
It screams.
You've got the storage crates that you can create. You start off with these little ones.
It screams
16 different types of things.
Rust,
Then you've got
this
the bigger ones
part.
that can hold 32 different types of things. And if you want, you can edit the name of it. Instead of it being called large crate, you could call it food. Right? If you wanted to put a bunch of food in there, boom, now all of your food is in that one, and it's got a name, which is going to help keep it easier to keep track of all of your supplies. Now, every time you enter a point of interest in this game, in the top left of your screen, it's going to give you a few objectives to do while you're there. In this case, you can see it says look for a mystical crate, defeat elite enemies 0 of 1, defeat normal enemies 0 of 20, find a weapon and armor crate, and then activate a rift anchor. And this is a pretty normal list of objectives to get when you're inside of one of those locations. It can vary a little bit, but pretty much this is usually what it's going to look like. So you'll run around, you'll grab your mystical crate. That's the one that glows red. You can't miss it when you find it, but it is usually the one that's tucked away somewhere interesting. And then the weapon and armor crates, those are the ones that are glowing yellow. You'll find them throughout the bases. Usually there's a lot more than 2 there, so that one's usually pretty easy to find. The difficult thing to find is usually that mystical crate. And then of course your rift anchor is going to be shown on the map. So in this case, there's one right there, and we just run over and grab it. So that's very easy to grab as far as objectives go. All right, next let's dive into deviations, because they're a big part of this game now. While you're playing the game, you're going to be constantly stumbling upon deviations. You'll walk up to them, you'll see a percentage chance to catch it. You hold F on PC, and it's going to try to catch that deviation. If you fail, that deviation will likely float away a few feet, and then you can try again. And if you try and fail too many times, it will disappear. If you succeed in catching them, then what you can do is you can create isolated securement units. So to create one of these, what you do is you go to your crafting menu, you go to facilities, then you go to function facility, and you create one of these like this. So once you've created it, isolated securement unit, now you can use the facility, and you can put the deviations that you have captured in here. And if you hover over it, it says can participate in combat, will transform into a black wolf and attack enemies. So that's cool. Or if we look at the electric eel, works in your territory to provide power to generators. So you could put this one in your territory. See how it says the territory tag in the top right? This one has a combat tag. This one has a combat tag in the top right there. Right? So you know, oh, what it's going to be potentially useful for. This one has a crafting tag, produces special materials that can be used to craft tactical items, used to place a spider web trap to slow down enemies. So there's lots and lots of different deviations that you can find, and they have a variety of skill ratings, activity ratings, deviation traits that they can have, and you can put your favorite ones inside of these containers. So let's say that we put the canine skull in there. So we'll go ahead and deposit it. Now that it's in there, I can use this facility. I can press F, and now we're looking at it in here. And if I want to use this in battle, what I would do is sync to my cradle. Now it's going to appear. You can see it floating around in my cradle on my back here. So now I have access to this when I get into combat. You can also see here, I touched on earlier, some of them like red light, some of them like blue light. This one, it says faster recovery of deviant power and mood in optimized environment. So when they need to recover, they'll do so faster if they have the thing settings listed below. If I attach it to electricity, it'll go even faster. Low temperature, I could cool the area with a fridge, so I could put a fridge nearby, right? Red light, I happen to have a red light I installed right above. There it is, right? And so this guy likes red light, so he's benefiting from that. Deviant power and mood recovery speed increased by 10% during dormancy. Now I've slotted him in my cradle, so he's here with me. I can pull him out in battle. I can make him designated target, or I could just have him auto attack. Go boom, we pull him out, and now he would be helping me in battle if I was in battle. We get to that menu again by holding E down, just as a reminder. Okay, so that's how that all works. You can see his summon time is expiring there, the circle around that icon in the bottom right. And when that fully gets empty, he's going to go ahead and disappear, and he'll have to recharge again. So that's how the combat ones work. The ones that help around the base, like this guy right here, we were looking at him earlier. He was mining some ore for me, and look, I can come into this menu and I can click claim all, and boom, I claimed all the ore. He's gathered a ton of ore for me while I was, you know, just sitting here talking to you guys about the rest of the
other changes.
This guy, he's out grabbing logs. So I got wood and ore.
What do you mean?
Two things that I need tons of while I'm playing through the game. Just passively by
the other
you can have
has
way
changed
more of these in your base. You can have 10, 20 deviations working in your base. So these are going to be a big part of an efficient and optimized base once you get to that point in the game.
Oh, it's dark. I can't see that.
Around the map. So there's a couple of ways. Of course, you can go by foot. You can also glide with your glider. Whenever you're up in a high place and you need to glide, you can do so. And it's very generous with the amount of stamina that it consumes while you're gliding. You can go for a pretty long ways. You can also, eventually, when you get far enough in the main quest, you're going to be given a bike. So you can summon that anytime you want by pressing G on PC. And you just summon it, and it's going to put it there in front of you, and then you get on it, and now you can drive it around. Your vehicle is going to need fuel. So while you're on it, you can see down there in the bottom right, the top bar right below the 1 km per hour. That's the speed we're moving. Right below that, there's a gray bar. That is our fuel tank. So that needs to be refilled when it gets to empty, or else this bike will no longer run. The bar below that is the health bar for the bike. So it's going to need repairs every so often because it does get damaged pretty easily, but not enough where like you hit something once and it's going to break down. It's just continued use is definitely going to take damage. And to refuel it, you stand next to the bike, you press G, which is going to bring up the refuel menu. And then you just pick the fuel that you want to toss in here, and it's going to tell you how much you can put in there to top it off. So if we wanted to fill it up, we do that. Use, boom, now this thing is full. So we get back on it, and you can see that top gauge there for the fuel is completely full. So that's how your bike works. You just have to get far enough in the main story, and then you'll be able to spawn anytime, anywhere you want. Now to repair it and to upgrade it, because your bike can be upgraded just like everything in this game, your bike can be upgraded. You're gonna have to make a garage, and then you come to the garage, and here you can click on the various pieces of the bike. So it's got 4 parts on the bike, and you can click on one. For instance, if we click on the alloy frame, we can choose to upgrade it to an enhanced alloy frame, which is going to increase the durability of the bike. We could go farther and we could do an advanced alloy frame, which would further increase the durability of the bike. Alternatively, we could upgrade the wheels to improve the handling. We could upgrade the engine here to increase the speed. And finally, we could upgrade the fuel tank to increase the fuel tank capacity. Tells you right here what you need, and then you just hold F, right, to confirm it, and that would upgrade that for us. So that's how you upgrade the bike. To repair the bike, you have to notice this little text down here. It says G.
Okay.
Repair. So you click that, and it's going to say, do you want to repair it? It's going to take these materials here. You hold F to confirm, and boom. Now the bike is fully repaired at 32 out of 3200 durability. Bike's not the only vehicle you can have. You can also look at the other vehicles. You could have a retro coupe, an off-road, right? And it's going to tell you, what do you need to craft this? Well, you're going to need to make this item here, and it's going to take these materials. So we would need this, and then we'd need to make the wheels, the engine, and the fuel tank, right? Same thing, but for the car. And then boom, you would be able to drive the car around instead of your bike if you wanted. And same thing for the mountain off-road. So you've got a few different options here in terms of vehicles, and you'll be able to find and collect more and upgrade them as you play through the game. So that's how you get around the game on foot. Then of course you have your fast travel, which we kind of touched on earlier, which works by just opening up the map, and then you hold F and you can teleport. Now fast traveling only works by going from a fast travel spot to a fast travel spot, or by going from a campsite that you put down to your base. So if we go up here, let's see, if we go all the way over here, we put down a campsite, we open up the map. Now we cannot fast travel to town because we're at a campsite. The only place you can fast travel to from a campsite is back to our base. We could fast travel there. It's letting us do it. But from our base, we are allowed to fast travel everywhere. So you can teleport from teleport towers to your house and from your house to teleport towers. And towns have a teleport tower in them, like Blackfell here. And your camp, however, it can only take you back to your house. Okay, next let's talk about our backpack and how this thing is working. So your backpack has items in it that you're going to be finding and collecting while you play the game. And it's got different sections. It's nice and organized.
Show me the order.
Weapons, things like that. Then you've got your consumables. Then you've got your parts. Here we've got mod parts and things like that. Then you've got crafting.
It's the same.
Furniture for your house. Signal lights.
Later on will be big explosion and
deviations, all the deviations that you've collected. So if you
later on is going to be a big explosion and it's going to be wrecked apart.
From your backpack, you can drag things onto your hotbar down here. So there's 4 things.
When I go underwater, turn more blue.
In this game, one of them is water. Your character is going to need water. So having water on your bar is going to be good.
Really?
Next is going to be your health, right? You're going to need to heal while you're playing the game. So this game has these things called activators. They're really easy to craft and come by. You can make plenty of them. So I highly suggest doing so. These are going to act as your heal.
Okay.
You running around, you take some damage, you slam that button, bam, he uses an activator, and it's going to restore 50% of your health. And as you notice there is a cooldown on it, and it's counting that down over there in the bottom right. The next thing you're going to be using a lot is your food, right? You're going to need to eat to keep your energy up. Energy goes down, and you're going to start losing some of the...
Okay, guys. So, yeah. I have download is done, so let's start the game. Okay. Wow, I'm so thrilled about this game. Wow. I just found out about this game a few hours ago. If so, yeah, a few hours ago. So yeah, I'm thrilled about this game.
The benefits of having high energy.
And with this video, it's so much to go around on this game. Wow. Yeah. And is multiplayer, so let me see, multiplayer. How to play with friends, okay.
The beta for Once Human has just launched, and me and everyone here at Realm Space Gaming are having so much fun. While playing through the game, I keep seeing the same question pop up in chat time and time again: how to play with friends. So, in this video, we're going to show you how to do just that. First things first, before we even jump into the game, you need to make sure you and your friends are in the same server. So my advice here is to communicate with your friends to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Okay, makes sense.
After the fact, you will need to make a new character,
which
isn't ideal if you've already played a few hours and have already grinded a few materials. Now that you and your friends have picked the same server, before you can access the Friends and Social tab, you will need access to the open world. This means you will need to complete the tutorial, which should take you around the 15-minute mark we found. Once completed, you will be dropped into the open world and have access to the Friends and Social tabs. So, we've got access to everything now. What's next? Well, you need to add your friends. So if you head into the Social tab, you can type in their username or their ID, which can be found from them telling you, or you can go up to that person and press Z, and there you will see the ID, which you can copy. You can add them to your team, then make a group, form a hive, and eventually create a warband.
Okay.
Just before we jump into hives and warbands, you might be in the same team/squad, but wondering why you can't see each other in the open world. even though you're on the same server. Well, this is because you might be on different maps, but don't worry, as you can change your map to join your friends. Simply head over to your nearest teleportation tower, which looks like a radio station on your map. Here you can select the world that your friend is in and teleport there. As a quick bonus, I thought I would run through quickly what hives and warbands are. Hives are a group with up to 4 players. A fun fact, if you and your friends are in a hive, you will automatically load into the same world. Warbands are the next step up, and they consist of 6 teams of 4 or 6 hives. Warbands will compete for territory and earn score based on their achievements, which is based on the performance of the teams that make up the warband. And that wraps up how to play with friends. I hope you found this video useful.
All right, so to join up with your homies in Once Human, you will have to first get past the tutorial. And once you're past the tutorial, you do need to be on the same server. And then press F1, I think it is, and then you can add friends that way. You can literally type your friend's name in, but here's the thing. Smith with a lowercase s and Smith with a big S are 2 different names, so make sure you're doing that. Alternatively, again, I think it's F1 or maybe even G to open up the social menu. You can go to the basically any screen, look in the bottom left, get your UID, give that to your friend, or you get your friends, and then again you can just add, same thing, just like adding a friend. You will put the name right up there in your contacts, search for it. Once you find them, I think it's right click or left click, you can invite them as a buddy or as a friend. Once they're a friend, you can then invite them to your party, and then you guys can do missions together. I don't know currently if you can share bases, because there was a chat going on right when I was about to make this video, but if you can, I think it might have to do with guilds, I'm not sure. So there you go, that's how you do that. Pretty simple. All you got to do, like I said, hit F1 or whatever button this was, G I think, and type the person's name in or type their UID in to the contacts, the search. Then you just right click and try to add them as a friend. They accept, then you guys join a party together. Same situation, just go to your friends list, right click them, add them to the party. All right, there you go. Later, Gators.
Well,
Once Human is easily one of the best open world survival games of 2024, and it's loaded with your favorite survival game systems like crafting and upgrading.
I already saw that.
Hey everyone, what's up? So today we're going to be taking a special early look at the latest them introducing some new survival mechanics. I just assumed that this update would just be like Once Human exactly as I remember, but with like a temperature gauge you have to pay attention to or something, right? But boy, was that far from the reality. Turns out that yes, this is the same baseline game. It's got the same gathering, crafting, and building systems, the same basic combat and progression loops, and yes, there is a new temperature related mechanic among other things, but on top of that, the whole thing takes place in an entirely new place space. Yes, a brand new map separate from the one I spent nearly 200 hours in when the game launched last July. So the Way of Winter takes place in the snowy realm on the far northern edge of Once Human's island. Here are 3 major regions, the Vena Fjord, Onyx Tundra, and Ember Strand, a blending of frozen mountains and active volcanoes that comes together to create the extreme temperatures that you have to mitigate for this season with the help of a few new tools. Now in these areas are all of the expected assortment of towns, settlements, silos, and monolith bosses, a majority of which is also entirely new. Yes, a lot of the baseline enemies you're fighting are the same, along with some new additions, and there are a couple of repeat silos, dungeons, and monolith bosses, but outside of that, the entire play space itself, the zones, and then every single settlement, which are those open world enemy camps that you go in and clear, all of that stuff is 100% brand new. And everything about this area is large, like from the size of the zone itself, the actual physical space.
Here I built my habitat last time I played another
zones the game launched with combined.
Okay.
But then also the scale of a lot of the settlements within
Going to build another one there?
These are like 4
We're
to
going to
5
choose another
times
one.
the size
Another
of what
place.
the game has had up until this point. They're just humongously big spaces and areas to explore. So yes, if you played Once Human at release, this whole map that you remember playing, that is not in this season. All of this is new.
Another
All right,
one.
so let me
Okay,
walk you
okay.
through some of the various features, the new
Over there? there?
and areas
Okay.
that you can explore in the Way of Winter. So you start out going through the same intro tutorial that you remember. You'll make your character, be introduced to the movement, combat, the basics of gathering, crafting, and the deviant system. But then this time, when you step through that door, you will
If you want advice, probably build near Aurora, because the materials that you will get there are near. Oh, especially titanium. There is no, not that area. Near the Aurora, yes. There is lots of titanium over there and other elements. You're going to build there? Okay, that's a nice place. That's a nice place. You don't know.
find yourself falling into a whole new world. The game actually lets you pick which of the first two zones you want to spawn into. I went with the far easternmost region, the Onyx Tundra, as that's what they suggest for beginners. And then pretty much immediately, once you land, you're introduced to the new temperature mechanic. So let's talk about this. As a baseline, the whole region that you start out in is going to be cold, and you have to mitigate those lower temperatures using a variety of methods. Now, in the beginning, what they do is they share with you the fact that you can craft some basic weather-resistant gear, you can carry around a torch, and you can consume some of the nearby spicy plants, all of which will raise your temperature slightly. There is a gauge just under the minimap that tells you the exact current temperature, with a whole bunch of environmental factors playing into this. So it is going to get colder or warmer depending on what area of the map that you are in, and then also what is going on. And a lot of this just makes intuitive sense. So yes, like it'll be colder at the top of a snowy mountain than it is when you're standing in the middle of a green valley. But then also the temperature is going to go down during nighttime after the sun sets. There are actually physical storms that come in and can blanket the ground in a few inches of snow, which makes things colder. And then there are these world bosses called Chaos Weavers. They're pretty much massive air conditioners. They're these towering creatures. They're found across the map in various locations, and they will lower the surrounding temperature in a rather large circumference. I think it's like 10 degrees Celsius, which again, if your weather resistance isn't up to that, then that's going to become a survival mechanic where you have to get out in time. But on the flip side, though, things warm up as well. So things are going to get warmer if you're near thermal springs. During the daytime, it gets warmer when the sun is out, and it eventually becomes unbearably hot once you start to progress into those volcanic regions. And both the heat and the
why are you
cold
doing
will cause
that?
your internal temperature to fluctuate, which can put you into either hypothermia or give you a heat stroke, both of which will eventually kill you if not dealt with. So outside of the initial method that we mentioned for keeping yourself warmer, like crafting that basic thermal gear, carrying a torch, and eating spicy plants, there are many more ways to modify your temperature. You can actually craft one of these stones that you put in your backpack. There's a heat stone and a cold stone that will either keep you warm or cool you off. You can build campfires and stoves to keep yourself warmer. You can make specialized food to warm up or cool down. It's going to be much more effective than eating the raw ingredients. And there's even things like portable air conditioners and heating units you can bring around with you. And then beyond all of these basic layers that you'll be interacting with, the entire season gets progressively more intense as it progresses. So in phase 1, the temperature systems are moderate enough so that you can easily manage them with the basic intro tools given. Moving into the final phases of the season, the temperatures get so extreme, it actually requires coordinated effort to survive with other players on your server. So as a player, you can construct what are called these thermal towers that when they're built, they impact the surrounding temperature in a massive vicinity. So later on in the season, having these spread across the map is actually going to be vital for your survival, for the survival of yourself and the other people. And you're going to even have to defend these from being attacked by those Chaos Weavers. So initially the Chaos Weavers are just something that makes the nearby area cool. Eventually they're going to be trying to destroy your thermal towers. And that is just like the basic introductory overview to the thermal tower system. We didn't get to play through all the phases of the season because that takes like several weeks. There's definitely a lot more depth to the system as well. Okay, so that's the new weather and temperature mechanics, but beyond managing that, You're going to be doing essentially the same basic things that you did in Once Human the first time around. You're going to go around gathering resources that you use to craft armor, weapons, consumables, and build your own base.
Remember, you have to breathe.
Speak with the game's NPCs to pick up and progress both the main and various side story quests. And then in doing that, in going through this process, you're also going to go around visiting the various points of interest, which mainly consist of those settlements, the silos, and the monoliths. So now let's talk about those. Settlements seem to be way more expansive this time around. Some really cool locations. Here's some of my favorites that I saw. There's a theme park called Wishland, and I'm not just talking like a video game theme park that has like a Ferris wheel and a merry-go-round. No, this is an honest to goodness massive theme park. It's broken up into different lands. There is a castle, a full-blown museum, there's a zoo, an aquarium, and then all sorts of themed rides throughout those. It's even got a roller coaster that goes through the entire theme park, and you can jump on and ride it whenever you want, with various stops in each of the different sections of the park. I mean, it is literally a full-blown theme park. It's got a gift shop with things for you to buy and everything. It's hilarious. There's also the military compounds, a lot of these in the base game, but one that was particularly cool in this expansion area was the Hive Rail restricted area. So when you first approach it, you're just going to see your typical mix of the military buildings and the NPCs in front shooting you and sending their drone robots after you. But as you push further into it, you eventually come across in the center this excavation that's taking place with what I would describe as like this crazy other dimensional rock biomass formation that's spiraling high up into the sky along the edge of this mountain. This thing was humongous, and it's got the game's like creepy enemy faction that spawns out of pods, a bunch of these creatures all running around. And then also in the dead center of the map, it's this big towering mountain, right? There's actually a monolith boss at the very top of the mountain with a long winding path that you have to take to reach up there. But then while on that path, as you're spiraling up, there's actually a few cliff sides, and if you happen to look and jump over one of them, all of a sudden you will discover what is this absurdly large cavern. Essentially, the entire middle of the mountain is hollowed out, forming a huge cave system. It's multi-layered. It goes all the way down from the top to the bottom of the mountain. There's zip lines you can use to traverse from one ledge to another. Enemies in various locations. In fact, in one corner, there's the tall flower head boss enemy that you can fight. And then all throughout, there's a bunch of loot that you can collect between chests and then loot that you just find in the environment for scavenging for materials. Some other neat settlements that I came across in my playtime included the Frisker Harbor. This is basically a working dock. It's covered in mist though from the cool and warm air meeting in the center of the map. There's the
Okay, I'm going to check. Come on.
Scavenger faction has this base called Obsidian Camp that's built inside and then wrapping up and around this big mountain in the southeast corner, I believe it was, and a bunch more other settlements. But what stood out to me the most here,
what was the Lucky Ghost? Yeah.
Slam that button, bam, he uses an activator, and it's going to restore 50% of your health. And as you notice there is a cooldown on it, and it's counting that down over there in the bottom right. The next thing you're going to be using a lot is your food, right? You're going to need to eat to keep your energy up. Energy goes down, and you're going to start losing some of the
Senhoras e senhores, once you
Mondays. Let me see. Well,
we find ourselves in a post-apocalyptic world ravaged by beings from another dimension, where there are corrupted monsters, evil organizations, and plenty of mysteries to uncover across a massive map with beautiful biomes and deadly enemies.
are those giant spiders? Oh, ha, yes. You know, once you get over your acrophobia, this is not half bad. Don't you shush me. Oh my god. Hi, Muma.
Once Human is a free-to-play open-world survival game that just released that my team and I had our
okay.
for quite some
You
time.
going to show me the Aurora changing ball? Okay.
This adventure and let us play the game early. So here is a full dive of the game's story, where we will be facing the 5 great ones in an attempt to save the world within 100 days.
Okay.
Hey, my lovelies, I am your humble ringmaster, Chromata, and say it with me now. Let this
To be
show begin.
fair,
We begin this nightmare-fueled adventure in a lab of sorts. As a dude in white clothing,
I
we
don't
got the feeling we were a
I don't
test
play
subject of sorts.
Subnautica in a
Yeah,
while.
This seems to be the tutorial area.
In a
as there was
while.
Food and water readily available for me. On one of the desks, there was a memo, something about a chrono cage.
Yeah, I
The
see it.
owners of this place intended to keep something contained at all costs.
I see
Speaking
it.
of the owners, this place has Rosetta written on the walls, so
This is not what I want. What? Come on. Multiplayer. Let's see. Multiplayer.
I look like I give wrong directions to people on purpose.
I look like I ate the people you gave the wrong directions to.
I directed them to you. Welcome to Once Human.
Okay.
Play strange post-apocalyptic open-world survival game. As you probably already know, the boys and I are not that good at survival games. So once we teamed up to play Once Human, it went about as well as you'd expect.
I'm just coming to your camp.
Oh, you can use this one? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna come throw up on all your stuff.
That's great,
Throw it
buddy.
under the water.
I hear it, the sound of it in the water. What I really enjoy about this game is that you can have moments like, oh, my friend is violently ill, look at him, that's so funny, to, holy what is that thing? The range of things to do in this game is actually enormous. I mean, just like the map itself with a whopping 256 square kilometers. You know how much space that is? That's a lot of things to see. And to be honest, in this video, we barely scratched the surface of the game. Be warned though, this isn't your typical loot and shoot PvP and PvE type game, so don't get mad at me when you come across a giant tentacle monster in the sky and are severely underleveled for the occasion. Not that we have any experience with that at all.
Oh, I see him. I see him. I see him. I see him.
So what are you waiting for? Once Human is available now, and you can download the game on Steam using the link in the description. Make sure to use my code OnceHumanS7 to redeem special in-game rewards as well. Big thanks to Once Human for sponsoring this video. Leave a like if you enjoy, and thank you for watching in the first place. Yo! See, I put you here on purpose. Yummy!
Well, Mark, you better make it
I
up.
downloaded
Okay,
food bikes.
I'm gonna go
Okay.
find Marg before we do everything. Let's go do that.
I think we can kill a deer and eat it.
Okay, Yummy. Do we have bigger things to do right now, like finding Matt?
I'm cutting this deer's head off.
Matt, I see you.
I don't see you. I'm lopping.
There's a big
zombies
elk
off
running
it.
towards you. Look at car. You were kidding, bro.
Yeah, I spelled it wrong, and I don't have enough money to change it again. So I'm
What
blocking.
happened when you spell your name like that, brother? Come this way. I'm gonna put you guys in front of the mirror, and hopefully we can all use it and adjust our character.
I'm a beautiful.
Maybe I need to invite you to like a party or something.
I kind of like having a dumpy. Can I keep the dumpy?
I'm sure you can.
I'm eating dirty water. Give me.
I'm
a
raiding
minute.
somebody's camp.
God damn
They just left good shit out here, like a water bottle. Hello?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try and add you
Oh
guys.
wait,
Y'all
hold
need
on.
that.
What's this guy's stuff?
Eat this paint.
Me when I'm babysitting somebody else's kid.
I'm literally the one babysitting both of you, so I don't want to hear me when I'm babysitting the babysitter who's babysitting the other baby.
I want to eat mud.
Welcome to my humble house. It ain't much.
I don't know if you can call something that doesn't have walls or a roof a house.
It ain't much, but it's worth living in. Okay, okay, reshape everybody.
I'm reshaping, dude.
Don't come out till you look beautiful, baby.
I look like I ate a lot of acorn.
I feel like we all have the same character right now.
Anybody else just grabbing the blue thing and sending it right?
Yeah, any motherfucker can pull up and create a character, but it takes a real man to crank everything to the right. I don't know if I want a big chin.
My chin's melting off my face.
I think there's a good balance to life.
Get the candle drip chin, bro. It's crazy. I look like I give wrong directions to people on purpose.
I look like I ate the people you gave the wrong directions to.
I directed them to you.
You really can be whatever the hell you want in this game. Guys, nobody else better do the very small eyeballs. I'm calling dibs on those.
You can take the small eyes. That's fine.
Dude, I ain't ever getting water in my eyes, dude. There ain't no way. Bro, there's actually a J on my fucking brow. Like, it's literally a J. Dude, what is wrong with my guy? I look like I'm wearing Balenciaga sunglasses. What is going on? I just got to the eyes. Yep. Did you guys do big eyes or small eyes? I can't decide.
I am team
I'm big,
tiny
he's
eyes.
tiny.
Okay, I'm going small too. I feel like it really accentuates my other features. I should be allowed to create characters. This is horrible.
Dude, that's 100% blind.
Dude, that's why I said that's peak male position.
From
My boy.
50 to 100.
I can't wait to get there. I just want to slowly turn my character and just have music play.
Oh my god. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, body. Oh my god. Bro, I look amazing like this. Long legs? Crank it. Wait, short legs. I'm going for rat build. What am I doing? How do I confirm this? How do I confirm
Oh, do you give up Subnautica now?
my character? Should I got a rubber in my throat.
Who's that guy? You're a pit bull.
Dude, you look like the Grinch.
Like a pug. Or, yeah, the Grinch.
You look like the shaved Grinch.
Hold on, I'm
The
taking
Grinch in
everything
the
off, baby.
summertime.
Hold on. Check out
Dude,
the
He's got
calves.
some big calves, bro.
Calves, dude.
Jesus.
Dude, you actually look like a squirrel.
I went for a rat, but I'll take it. You actually look like you're from fucking negative. You're from 10,000 BC. That's what you... Look at my back.
Try to find his mouth.
I like it. I like that we all...
His mouth. I told you I'll give you 10 times if you find my mouth. Because it's not where you think it is. It's not it.
You look like something that pops up in a haunted house.
Look at my build too. I went the upper half.
These guys are crazy, man.
No, wait. Get the photo. Oh my god! Dude.
These guys are crazy.
You are so ugly.
Yeah, you think? Oh my god, Yummy! Oh my god, I forgot your character. It just scared the shit out of me when I'm taking a photo. Dude.
He's minding his business. You leave him alone.
Bro, what is that thing? What is this, dude? No, it's just the way you came into frame and terrified me.
These guys are crazy,
Where are
man.
you guys?
Yummy's harvesting the grass for skin, and I'm breaking a rock in half with an axe. For no
Okay,
good
so we're
reason.
doing pretty good. This is what I'm hearing.
Oh, mustard
doing
rock. I'm going to
fantastic.
take that mustard.
Wait, mustard rock? Sulfur? It's just sulfur.
Get that mustard rock.
Man, I made that mistake before. Hey, what happens if I do this?
I don't even... You trying to burn my house?
No.
Luckily, it's
You're
in the
s-
water.
not
You're
burning
starting
your
a
house.
forest fire.
Not burning your house.
Does this even hurt?
Smokey the Bear does not find that. Hey! Hey! POV, the 3 ugliest people on Earth are going for an adventure.
Or the prettiest. I got a task. It's 1.7 kilometers away. Let's go.
Buddy, when you got legs like this, I promise it's not an easy run. I got baby horse
That's
legs.
why I loaded up on calves, baby. Let's get to it. What is that?
Well, I'm raiding their storage.
I hear
What
something.
is blowing up out there? What is the base drop?
What is that? What'd you just find?
Are you fighting Skrillex? I'm coming, Blakargar.
Hit his weird purple
Use
He's
your butterfly. Use your
big.
butterfly. I feel
What
it's
the
the same
heck?
thing, so it
Wow.
makes sense.
No, that does make sense.
Shoot his purple leg. Shoot his purple leg.
True.
Oh, I know. I'm trying to shoot his purple leg. He's 200 feet tall, and I'm just a silly little guy with a big nose.
Ow.
Oh, wait. I clapped his shit. I clapped his shit.
Yeah, he's bent over for you.
Hit him. Hit him in the legs.
Sorry, yeah. I was aiming at the wrong thing.
Hit him in the legs. Not, that's his arm, you idiots.
I did 533 on that one. I did a lot of damage.
Did you get him?
Is he dead?
He's gonna blow.
He's dead.
Oh,
He's
nice,
dead.
nice.
Oh,
W.
dude, I beat that guy's ass. He came out of the TV screen.
Hey.
It freaked me out. Pants!
Why are we looting from his butt? Anyone
I
else
got
notice that?
it.
Did anyone notice
Yeah, I got
that?
his pants.
We
These
just
guys are
reached right in,
crazy.
like, what the-
What? I got a weapon! I'm full on. I got a machine gun!
Did you
Great.
really?
How did Matt get? Oh, so did I.
Oh, yeah!
So did I.
That's fire!
So did I, dude. This game just got much. Whoa! Look at this guy. Why is this
Watch
guy all
this. Let me
funky
do it.
looking?
Can I do it? Alright,
Oh,
spinning.
it's another one.
Let me do this.
Okay,
I
do
got
it.
something.
This is just a farmer.
Is it a grenade? He teleported. Look inside this garage. I saw a little creature in here. I think you guys would like.
Ooh, maybe there's a car.
Oh, there he is. Look at this little
What am
guy.
I throwing?
Look at him.
Oh, he's a spider.
He's
a light
spider.
bulb.
He looks like... Oh, he is a
Stomp
light
on.
bulb. What the
Stomp
hell?
on him.
And, okay, he exploded.
I think I'm pooping a lot.
What? You're dying. I'm watching your health go down.
Matt, you're actually gonna die. You actually have 0 HP right now.
I'm actually having.
Do you not have any
acid.
like syringes to heal yourself?
Look at how he's walking around.
Hold on, I'm doing. Yeah, no, it's so my health. That's my max health right now because I have doo-doo butt.
He's got dysentery.
My waist size reduced. I become narrower. Oh, dude, it's making me normal looking. Dude, I really need to stop dying. I don't know
How
how.
you doing that? Oh, you're doing that.
You're doing it.
I was trying to, I was like, oh yeah.
He's puking.
I know
And he's
what
just
I'm
eating
doing.
corn, eating canned corn.
No, oh, it's
What the
yo.
fuck?
Actually, hold on. No, it's because I was going insane. I didn't realize that.
Oh, take a sanity gummy.
Guys, whatever you do, don't eat the sea.
Oh, come
I
on.
will not drink ocean water because that's stupid. Oh, contaminated water. Get out. Get out.
Wait, for real?
Get out.
I'm not drinking it though.
Vlarg probably shitting it. Yeah, but I don't trust that, bro. Let's swim on the...
I think I doo-dooed in it too much.
Come this way.
Don't worry, I'm here.
Guys, I'm thirsty.
Shut up. Drink some water.
I can't. I threw up again. Every time I throw up, it makes me more thirsty, so I drink more seawater.
Do you have any regular water? Check your inventory. You should have regular water.
All I have is dirty water, and it
You
makes
should
me
have regular water.
My guy can't even stand up straight because he keeps throwing up.
Stand up
steak.
steak.
I'm gonna punch both of you real hard.
Yes, you can get close to us, buddy. Man, you know what might fix your problem? Eat these random berries.
This is gonna be a bad idea.
They're
Might give
hawthorn
you some
berries. How bad can
nutrition.
they be? Why did you put them in a can of beans?
Wait, I'm eating raw meat. Oh, never mind. That's bad.
Did you eat raw
It's gonna make me
How
throw
did
up
you eat
again.
raw meat?
No,
Raw
I
meat and ocean
decided-
water.
I did, dude.
The ideal diet.
That's how you get this physique.
That's how you get scurvy, bro.
You lost 40 pounds today.
Oh, hold
And
on,
he's
I'm throwing
puking
up
again.
Bro, we fought one monster and created a character. Like, and you've thrown up. What else have we done?
Dude, my legs have become even slimmer. How's that possible?
What a fantastic game this has been so far. You got your butterfly. Just throw the butterfly in and he'll do the work and you can just throw
That's-
up in the background.
Hold
Yeah.
on, I'm throwing up again.
Matt, you know what? Should I get a thumbnail of you throwing up? Do you want that?
Maybe I gotta do a little lap.
Yeah, run the puke up.
If I cannot put this in my video, I'm gonna be so upset. Trying to get you a thumbnail. Just,
Run the puke up.
you got any more seawater you can drink, buddy?
Oh, actually,
Do not do that.
Oh, I'm still throwing up. I'm doing it.
Got it. Perfect.
Dude, I actually need regular water so bad. All I have is
Food
dirty water and
poisoning.
deer meat.
How do we boil water on the go? Can we build like a campfire or something?
Yes. Set respawn and craft simple item. Hold on, Matt. To the rescue. Cannot build that in a public world, it says. Okay. All right. Never mind. We can't.
So I'm just stuck throwing up and walking.
That's not my fault. I can teleport. You can teleport to your own base. Let's just go there.
I'm just coming to your camp.
Oh, you can use this one? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna come throw up on all your stuff.
That's
I'm
great, buddy.
throwing under the water.
I hear it, the sound of it in the water. Bro, you think they're gonna review this and be like, what the fuck are these guys? Why are these guys, how
What
are
are
these
they
guys
gamers
famous,
about?
bro?
We did not think that this is how people would play our awesome game.
Okay.
Man, hamburger. This guy's throwing up raw.
Did you die? No.
They're like, how the fuck did these guys get a sponsor deal, bro?
My butterfly's mood isn't great, probably because I'm just sitting here puking all day.
You just
It's
watch you
like,
throw up.
it's like, how did I get paired with this guy, dude?
This caveman.
Motherfuckers, man.
10 years of education for this.
Don't start puking over near my crib, bro. Go back to your own house.
I'm gonna go puke on your
Go, get the fuck away from my
So
stove.
you can try to get your drunk friend to go home.
I'm gonna throw up right in your pot and let it heat up so your whole house smells like my throw up.
Throw throwing
That
that
guy
at
on a
you guys.
motorcycle driving over there?
Where?
Some guy on a motorcycle just drove by.
That's a deer.
What the heck? Shit, man, these tape are loopy.
I just want to let the viewers know we are not playing this game correctly right now. I just want to let everybody know. Actually, there is no correct way. Never mind.
That's
The world
fun
is your
thing
oyster.
About these games is, you know what? If you want to go puke in a Yummy's fire for 4 hours, then go ahead.
Wait, there's antibiotic here.
Oh!
Yeah.
I need 3 of those syringe. Wait, Matt, draw me your antibiotic then.
I don't have an antibiotic.
Wait, Yummy, check if you have antibiotic. I have one.
Hold on, I got a lot of stuff, bro. Who's blowing up? Shit.
I saw a deer in the bushes.
I have a syringe.
That's not. I need antibiotic. Is it called antibiotic?
I have a ballpoint pen. Hold on, I'm looking. No, I got 2 footballs.
I love that this entire video is just trying to get me to stop
I got 2 footballs. Maybe Mark could take a bite out of one of those and feel better. I don't know.
Okay, Matt, I'm gonna make you a steak. We're gonna hold it.
I still there, I note. Oh, we're calling on iPhone, okay.
chance I keep that down.
Dude, we gave the guy from 9000 BC 21st century food and he can't handle it. We gave him canned tuna and his whole body was like, what is that?
Alright, Matt, here. Hold on, buddy.
If I puke immediately, I'm logging off.
I must have cooked it wrong.
If I throw up, Smitty's a bad chef.
Well, let me get the lighting on you.
Get that shit off. Oh, shit.
Alright, buddy, let's see.
Oh, he's
water,
drinking
wash
too.
it down.
You're like thinking about it.
Oh, no.
/ kill yourself.
Wait, Matt. He did it.
Oh, that's bad. That's a bad one.
He found the self-destruct button, I think.
I did. I found that and then I threw up in your fire.
Can I revive you?
Oh.
I'm hitting him with a syringe. I don't want to do that. Die.
Did that help?
Can you do it
I'm
again?
trying to give up.
Oh.
Oh. It looks like it killed you.
Just euthanized him.
Cause a blackout. Quit. He just fucking quit.
You euthanized him. You stunned him with a syringe and he died.
I syringed you and canceled it. It looked like I just killed you.
Put me down. Oh, guys, my stomach's better, but I'm really thirsty.
Okay, drink some water.
Why is the top left of my screen telling
Close
me to defeat
encounter?
one
That's the
tentacle
thing
of
up here.
Manibus?
That's what we're headed towards.
Did you say this thing's level 50, Manibus?
Whoa, whoa. It said recommended level 50. I don't know if it's level 50.
Manibus level 50?
Where is it?
I don't know. I just see a health bar. Dude,
That
we're
sound
level
might have something to
5.
do.
Yeah, well, you wanted to come here. I don't know what you want from me. I mean, you're like,
I didn't know we. Oh, I see him. I see him. I see him. I see him.
God! Shoot him. 11 damage.
Where is he?
He's doing stuff to my brain. He's doing stuff. He's freezing my brain.
I'll hide under this car.
I'm getting on top of the car. Maybe he'll do. Maybe he won't do anything.
11 damage.
Dude, I'm getting.
Yeah, I'm
attacked
actually.
by many
Yeah, my
monsters.
health's going. My health's going. My health's disappearing. I'm syringing. I'm gonna die.
I don't know what's happening. He's messing with my sensitivity, brother. He's fucking with me. I can't. He's messing.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do here, guys.
I want to leave. I don't know. There's purple everywhere. I'm dying. I'm dying.
I'm W keying so hard right now.
I'm waiting to start the game.
We can take him. We can take him. We can take him. We can take. Maybe we can't. I don't know.
Yeah, we can get him.
I'm leaving. I'm gonna die. Why am I dying? I need to eat now. Oh, I'm gonna die.
I think we're cursed by this thing. It just keeps
I
aiming at
know,
us.
bro. It's hurting me still.
Butterfly, butterfly.
It's like my sanity. I need my gummies. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. Is that it?
Eat those gummies. I'm eating them. I
yeah,
don't
I
know.
need a sanity gummy up, bro.
Yo, somebody's butterfly, help me! I'm getting sucked up!
How's butterfly going? Attack his leg.
It's a a crossing between Rust, the forest.
He's dead. He's dead.
460.
Alright, nice.
Oh, dude, I tanked him.
I feel like I'm still getting attacked by this big guy, but I don't know yet.
Wait, come over here. Check this out.
I would say Subnautica, but it's not underwater, so.
Ain't no way you just told me to come over here to check that out. How'd you do that? For a friend.
Wait, what are you doing?
Bro, he's doing push-ups.
2, 3.
How do you do that? Hey, what is that?
The boy getting sidetracked.
And is these parts of fighting the bosses.
Do you see that?
It seems also fun.
Wait, actually, where is it?
It's calling to me. I see dead people. Let's go. It's what? Whoa, eggs!
Whoa, eggs!
Don't just shoot them. We don't know what they do yet. There's a thing here. There's a big space rock.
Kill the egg. Don't let them hatch. They're gonna be way
fine, kill
stronger.
the eggs.
People are coming out of the earth.
What do you mean by that?
Wow!
This is average afternoon.
Oh, free crate.
Chilies?
Oh, hell yeah, okay.
Weapon? Do we
I
get weapon?
thought that was gonna be scary. Oh, yo, I got a guy! I got a mini feaster.
Wait, what?
I got a guy.
Dude.
New guy.
Wait, I got a mini feaster.
We all got the mini feaster. Let's go put him in our things. Come on, teleport back to the house. Withdraw that guy, and then put this guy in. Dude, he's here. He's in my thing, connected to my cradle. He's sitting in the back. I'm gonna get him to kill a deer.
Oh, he's cool. He's big, kind of.
Kill.
From over there?
Oh my god.
Did he kill it?
Insane.
He summoned a tentacle that killed this thing.
Oh my
Okay, he might have
god.
tentacles.
Bro, wait. Look at him go.
And motorcycles.
Come here. Let's go.
He's so
Let's
chill
go kill
for
more
that.
wildlife. Kill this
He's
one.
so chill.
Kill this one resting.
I'm gonna actually kill zombies.
Kill that one resting.
No way.
Nice. Me about to be done recording with you guys. All right, I'll see you guys later.
Me hitting you with a bat over and over until you develop a lisp.
Oh, I'm so...
Yeah, it seems fun.
So that must be the group in charge, although one of their researchers is down on the floor, so HR might want to know about that. But upon inspecting them,
This is not what I'm pressing this. And
so that must be the group in charge, although one of their researchers is down on the floor, so HR might want to know about that. But upon inspecting them, it seems like we might be subject A073, at least that's what I gather. Maybe to make my own weapons, since you can't awfully peculiarly placed there. And there just happens to be this oil drum. I'm just gonna yeet. Video game literacy 101, baby. It never fails. Absolutely never fails. All that for some roasted berries. Wow. Oh, is that the dude again? Oh, frig. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about that guy too much. He was actually pretty easy. Shush. The fact that there's an enemy up here means there's something to loot up here. Yep, there you go. Like a book.
well,
Like
I already
a book.
downloaded it. Now it's starting.
Oh, would you look at that? Just another
As
shiny
we have,
box for
as I have Linux,
so much.
is processing Vulkan shaders
Is that an anchor?
to open the game.
I'm supposed to go.
And when this is over, I will play it. I will
Let me go that
start to
anchor first
play.
and see what that does. You know, Mary, you could kind of help. I'm not forcing you to, but it would be really appreciated. You're kind of just freeloading at this point. Okay, so what happens? What happens if I do this one? I just get more Stardust and some of that stellar stuff. But I guess that's a good thing. Okay, yeah, one of those things in the left top of my to-do list was marked, so that's great. Just got to find the mystical crate and continue to explore the monolith of greed. Hi. Oh, not you again. Yeah, nasty. Morphing crate. I know a mimic when I see one. Oh, Mary, you scared the bejeebies out of me. Where's
Oh.
Big, Tall, and Ugly?
Who is
Over
Mary?
there, huh?
What is
Okay, so we
what
gotta
she's
do-
doing?
Come here, you. Oh, Mr. Smarty Pants, you made me blow up this barrel in the same process. Okay. Help me, my butterfly. Oh, did you just use your blicky on me? Shush. Oh my gosh. He actually has quite a lot of reach. Oh my god, okay.
Is she's doing something?
Yeah, if you don't deal with him quick enough, then he does end up being a problem. Like, look at my health. What the heck is that? A little health boost.
How
right
we
here.
play together? Well,
Much better. But you.
okay, let me go back.
What?
There's here all multiplayer. Okay. Strength, survival, towers, overplay. Once human. how to. Not to, it's just how to. Multiplayer. Play with friends. IGN. Oh, this
Once
is
Human throws you into a strange post-apocalyptic world, and it's your job to figure out how to survive. But you don't need to do it alone.
Yeah.
Whether it's building a base or fighting grotesque monstrosities, some things are just more fun to do with a buddy. But in order to do that, you need to be in the same world on the same server. So, how do you do that?
It's kind of weird. It has Europe server, North American server.
The first time you're confronted with
It's
the
kind
server
of
question
weird.
will be when you boot up Once Human for the first time. It's the first option on the menu, and if you click it, you can see a list of available servers. Select any one from the list and confirm. If the server has a particularly high population, you might get a pop-up recommending other servers, which can save you from long wait times, but you can still choose whichever server you prefer. Once you've chosen a server, select Enter Game on the main page to get started. You should make note of which server you're in and make sure any friends you intend to play with choose the same server.
Yes, like that.
Servers are divided into smaller subsections called worlds. They are
Are you seeing this video? I know. Are you there? Okay. Are you seeing this video? Okay.
functionally the same. It mostly serves to divide the population into smaller chunks so that way you're not running into other players and whatever structures they make too often. Just note that you will need to be in the same world on the same server as your friends to play together. You can easily switch worlds if you need to. Just visit any teleportation tower and select the switch to another world option. This will bring up a list of worlds, pick the one you plan to meet up in, and presto, you got a shared world. Any structures that you've built will still be in whichever world you built them in, so you might want to consider dismantling them first and rebuilding them on the new server, but that's up to you. Moving from one world to another is easy, but what if you need to change servers entirely? Well, you can, sort of. Anytime you are at the start menu, you can select a different server, even if you already have a character. If your person is in server 1 and your friend is on server 23, you can select that server and jump in. The caveat, however, is that your character isn't coming with you. Characters cannot change servers, so if you want to play with a friend that's not on the same server as you, one of you will need to start from scratch. That's why we strongly recommend chatting with your friends first to find out which server everyone should play on. And that's it for changing worlds and servers on Once Human. Thanks for watching. Be sure to let us know what you think of Once Human so far in the comments, and of course for everything else video games, stick with IGN.
Okay.
Clouds are pink and the sky to go. Stories slowly unfold. What do you wanna change? Heard a whisper in my ear that my soul is locked in here. Therefore I'm about to set it free. Welcome to Chaos Paradise. Ready to whip this life. No rush to set the world on fire. Welcome to Chaos Paradise. Feel so alive. It doesn't matter if I die. This is my fight. I got my strength from the pain of what I lost. So anything, no hate can shake me up. Cause I'm the one who's rising up to power. Even when I feel it's too tough. I am a champion, resilient. Destruction ain't an option. I'ma have you bending down. You feeling me now? No hate is gonna take my crown. yesterday. All the way dragging down, down, down. I'ma let it go, let it fade. Don't wanna waste today. Restart a broken heart that fell apart. Gotta set them free. Welcome to Chaos Paradise. Ready down with this life. We made a better world out fight. I'm ready. I'm ready. Paradise.
Okay, that's not that he says. He said probably the best is if you want to play alone, you create your own world on your own server. I mean, and with your own character. If you're going to play, let's say, with me or with other friends, maybe you have to create a character for that kind of server. Because what you build and what you store will stay in your world that you spawn. So if you're going to play with friends, maybe you will just have a character just for that. And if you're going to play alone, maybe you have a character just for that. Yeah, probably that. I think that's what I understand. But I can go back. Let me just see this. I can go back to the other one, and I will repeat what that part was.
With every beat, held in my heart, expel the shadows of the night. Let's set the whole world on fire. Make it right. Let's set the whole wide world on fire. I'm ready. Paradise. Bam, 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 make it right. They won't know it's better be with my fighter. Yeah, I'm a fighter. I'm the final boss now. Fighter. I'm a fighter.
Okay,
Once
let's.
Human throws you into a strange post-apocalyptic world, and it's your job to figure out how to survive.
Okay.
But that's up to you. Moving from one world to another is easy, but what if you need to change servers entirely? Well, you can, sort of.
Pay attention to this.
Anytime you are at the start menu, you can select a different server, even if you already have a character. If your person is in server 1 and your friend is on server 23, you can select that server and jump in. The caveat, however, is that your character isn't coming with you. Characters cannot change servers, so if you want to play with a friend that's not on the same server as you, one of you will need to start from scratch. That's why we strongly recommend chatting with your friends first to find out which server everyone should play on. And that's it for changing worlds and servers on Once Human.
Did you get it now? Yeah, I think so. Well, let's see if I can stow. Oh. Yes, the character. He meant everything, yeah. You can go to another server, but everything you did will not pass through the other. It's to the other character, basically. If you're hearing some strange noise, it's because I'm hitting a candy. So be patient. Yeah, a candy. Sugar candy? Yes. If I make some strange noise, it's because I'm eating. Yes. How can you say in Portugal? We say rosado. In Italian, I don't know. In English, I think it's a candy. Why?
You pick guy or girl?
I picked a girl.
Really? Get out. Out. I'm out.
Salve, galera! Eu vou trazer pra vocês um guia completo sobre Deviants, essas criaturas que te ajudam.
This is Portuguese, so Portuguese with accent, Brazilian accent.
All right, so to join up with your home.
I hate the hard one. Oh, okay. What he said? Who? The Brazilian one? Brazilian guy? Oh, because he said I'm going to pick a girl as a character. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Okay, but sorry.
In Once Human, you will have to first get past the tutorial. And once you're past the tutorial, you do need to be on the same server, and then press F1, I think it is, and then you can add friends that way. You can literally type your friend's name in, but here's the thing. Smith with a lowercase s and Smith with a big S are two different names, so make sure you're doing that. Alternatively, again, I think it's F1 or maybe even G to open up the social menu. You can go to the basically any screen, look in the bottom left, get your UID, give that to your friend, or you get your friends, and then again you can just add, same thing, just like adding a friend. You will put the name right up there in your contacts, search for it. Once you find them, I think it's right click or left click, you can invite them as a buddy or as a friend. Once they're a friend, you can invite them
if you're
to
on
your
games,
party,
what?
and then you guys can do missions together.
What you mean?
If you can share bases, because there was a chat going on right when I was about to make this video, but if you can, I think it might have to do with guilds. I'm not sure. So there you go. That's how you do that. Pretty simple. All you got to do, like I said, hit F1 or whatever button this was, G, I think, and type the person's name in or type their UID in to the contacts, the search. Then you just right click and try to add them as a friend. They accept. Then you guys join a party together. Same situation. Just go to your friends list, right click them, add them to the party. All right, there you go. Later, Gators.
Boas.
Hey guys, welcome back. Lucky here, and today we're gonna go.
Tudo bem? Estou, mas ainda não comecei o jogo. Porque eu descobri este jogo há cerca de 2 horas. Comecei a instalar. Comecei. Sim. Comecei. Sim. A ideia que eu tenho é que o jogo é uma mistura de Forest com o Rust e com o. Como é que se chama? Tipo o No Man's Sky, mas em termos de fazer o que. Andar a recolher materiais e caraças. Exatamente, também isso. Não, mas por acaso é um jogo que tem um bocado de tudo, no fundo. E para mim está ótimo, quer dizer, tem tudo. Dá para. Eu para já. Assim, estou há cerca de 20 minutos. Posso. Posso pôr o Discord no. Que estamos a falar no streaming? Ok. Para já podemos falar português. Está aqui o iGnote também. O problema é que, primeiro, eu não sei se é uma coisa da minha parte. Primeiro download demorou-me cerca de 2 horas. E agora estamos aqui a fazer o processamento dos Vulkan Shaders há cerca de meia hora. E vai a 32%. Há 32% só. Uhum. Pois. Eu não sei se é por estar também a fazer streaming, se é por estar também aqui com o YouTube aberto a...
Over 10 things.
Desculpa? Eu não sei o que é que se passa aqui. E é que não sai disto. Não sei. Vou reiniciar o Steam. Não sei o que é que se passa aqui. Ok. Estamos aqui a ter uma conversa eu e o Agnote. Porque eu estava a ver aqui um vídeo e o tipo disse que ia escolher como personagem uma rapariga. Eu disse, bem, eu estou fora daqui. E ele ficou um bocado perplexo porque é que eu fiz isso. E agora está-me a perguntar porque é que eu fiz isso. E eu disse-lhe, bom, porque eles... Hã? Estou fora aqui do vídeo e saí do vídeo. O iGnote, eu estou aqui para entreter o pessoal a mostrar vídeos sobre o Once Human. E houve aqui um tipo que, ao escolher a personagem, escolheu uma mulher. E eu disse, bom, eu estou fora. E saí. E agora ficou muito perplexo porque é que eu saí. Também a perguntar porquê. E agora... Yes, iGnote. I'm talking about you. I'm saying bad things about you in Portuguese. Wow, you don't imagine what. I'm kidding, okay? I'm I'm kidding, all right? Oh, okay. Now Discord is on. I'm sorry. I was
compiling shaders. Compiling shaders and the loading is counterclockwise instead of being clockwise.
Why are you speaking Portuguese if you can't understand? If I can't? Well, I'm sorry. I'm speaking with Cerebro in Discord. Now you can hear him, right? By mistake, I was with Discord with the sound off. I'm sorry about that. I should turn on the Discord.
Confirm if you're listening to me.
Yeah, you probably you're listening to him right now. Yes, he's there.
Just warn me, I don't want to say the bad things I said about Ignat.
Yes. We are just talking about very bad about Ignat. Wow. He says hi to you.
Hello. compiling shaders and it's 90%.
Well, I don't know if it's about me. I'm not sure.
But it doesn't pass from, it stopped at 90%.
Okay, I'm going to start again. I don't know. I should start this game at the beginning of this stream. It's 2 hours and 12. And I'm still on trying to get this game run. Processing Vulkan shaders. 90%, 10%. And you stop it at 10%.
Vulkan shaders, mine doesn't mention Vulkan. Just says shaders, and it's 90%.
Well, mine is different.
But it's 90%?
No, 13.
Yes. Yeah. It doesn't advance from that?
No, it's stopping, is going slowly, very slowly.
Well, mine advanced pretty well, not that fast, but it reached 90% and it stopped here.
Oh, okay.
And I'm afraid to alternate windows.
You can alternate. There's no problem with that. Don't worry.
Like I said, I was playing I had this feeling when playing Death Stranding. I usually, while it's loading, I'm alternating windows, and I have that notion that it blocks. It goes to the shaders and I know it's advancing. 94, 95, 96, 7, 100. Apply and proceed. Okay.
So, and what do you think about Death Stranding? I can tell you for sure that I not hate Death Stranding.
Enjoy it.
It's nice, but well, it can be. There are times that if you follow, as I was doing the last time, that getting 5 stars for every prepper, every voice station, everything, and.
But like I said, there's another game that I don't know if you would enjoy it, which is Showdown.
Oh, okay.
And Showdown, it's basically, I don't remember how many teams are, but it's like 3 teams or 4 teams of 2 players, or you can play alone as well if you want. And that's the thematic of the game. It's on the Old West, and places like near the bayou, near swamps and stuff like that. And usually you have to go, and you have some kind of mystic powers somehow. But the thing is, with those mystic powers, you have to locate and try to pinpoint where is a demon.
Oh.
You have to hunt a demon, basically. And when you hunt a demon, he drops something that you catch, you pick up, and you have to leave the map. You have to exit the map in order to win the game. Now, the curious thing is, other teams are also fighting for that, and you might find them along the way. And basically, it's that.
Reverse DVD. I'm noticed saying is a reverse Dead by Daylight.
Yes.
Kind of.
Because nobody plays the demon. The demon is an NPC.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going at 28%. Wow.
Settings. Where is sound? Sound.
You're all right. You are on the game already?
Yes, on the menu.
Wow. Wow, that's fast, man. Over here, it's wow.
Performance. Where is VSync disabled? Motion blur disabled.
But look, for going multiplayer with this game, it's kind of different. if you choose a character and you play by yourself on a certain server, everything you do, everything you store, or everything you accomplish, that's on that server. If when you're going to play with your friend or something, you must create another character. Oh,
Probably it's like Conan. You have
kind
a
of
character on each server.
Yeah, and you have to make another character to play with someone. Why it takes hours to just start the game? Well, because we are on Linux. Basically that. And games, company that make games, usually or most of times don't create a game that supports Linux. And we have to use a kind of emulator to the game starts. And on this case, there must be something that should be happening, because to me never happened to start a game and last so long to this emulator to start. So, well, something is happening here.
I don't know which server to choose.
Well, we can choose anyone. I'm still on this. What can I do?
Enter game. What enter game does? It recommends me novice servers. It recommends me to Manibus.
Oh,
and
you have before you play with the multiplayer, you have to make the tutorial.
Where is the tutorial?
I don't know. I didn't even start the game.
Oh, yeah, it's when you enter the server.
Probably.
I need to which server we're going to select. We're going to do the Manibus novice PVE. Oh, you like to play PVE or PvP?
PvP, it's player versus player.
Yes.
Oh.
There's two novice servers. One it's PvE, the other is PvP.
Oh, well, to spice a little bit should be PvP, but to just start the game as a newbie, maybe PvE. To spice the game, probably to start as I think you don't know anything about the game, right? Right?
No.
So to start, maybe PvE just to be comfortable to play it. Then
this belongs to NetEase.
What?
This belongs to NetEase.
Probably.
Use our servers. Please press back to return to the previous screen. Okay. Lol. Exit the game.
Why?
Because I declined the NetEase. It appeared to pop up from NetEase if I agree with them or don't agree.
Oh, okay.
It says only NetEase agree or disagree. It doesn't say what's written.
Basically says if you want to play, you have to agree, right?
Yeah, I'm going to agree.
Basically, it says if you want to play, you have to agree. If you don't, well, there is amount a gazillion games to.
I think it's not loading. Not loading what should be written there.
Do you know? I noticed saying. Do you even know what people are capable to do with any sniper or assault rifle? Basically, no. But that's the amazing thing to play a game. It's not knowing things and start to learn how things work, right?
What the hell? Count character count 1. How come? Haven't enter.
Yes,
I agree with NetEase. Yes.
Do you ever
China
saw the
take my
Warzone Pro Clips? You ever saw Warzone Pro Clips? What Warzone Pro Clips?
Let's do a character.
Warzone, it's a game, right?
Warzone, it's the game from how do you call it? God damn it!
Oh, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
I'm spelling Ignot here. Call of Duty Warzone. Okay. No. As I never played that game, I never have an interest to see video of that. To be honest.
I can be a man or a woman.
Oh, come on. If you are a woman, come on.
Nothing in between.
Nothing in between. People with
you can be a woman with a clown face. In the presets of all.
People with weapons are just like in the World Cup. Look. Let me say something. It can be related, but it's not justifying that. But I have a friend that plays a lot. When I mean a lot, if I have about 2,000 hours of Subnautica, he must have 10,000 hours of GTA. So yeah, he plays a lot about GTA. And one thing that he plays GTA is when he reaches home, all the stress, all the anger that he has is downloaded on the game. So sometimes people play game wars or games with assault rifles, any kind of gun, just to stress out. And I don't know, or the anger to the, how can I say in English? Get out of the anger that people had. Or there are others that just play that game because they like it. And, well, they like that. But anyway, as I have an example of this friend, when most of the times he reaches home, the way that he has to stress out and get out, I'm sorry, keep out all the anger of the rave. He put it on the GTA. That's a way of doing that.
My advice: don't choose any of the presets from the 2 top rows, unless you want to look like a Korean pop singer.
Oh, did you saw the video that I put it? Oh, you should see it. Yeah.
And I'm getting annoyed to this with this game.
Why?
Where can I choose? Where I can put beard on my guy?
Oh, I don't know if you can.
I need a beard.
You need a beard? Okay.
A beard, not a beer.
Once human. What did they called? I don't remember.
I don't know which character to choose.
Oh, this one.
Why?
Are you seeing the stream now?
Me?
See?
Oh, but sorry.
Are you seeing the stream now?
Wait a second. Sorry, my bad.
No, not worry.
I'm an awful friend.
Don't worry about that.
Wait, I'm going to
window.
I'm going to whip myself.
With revolve.
Log in.
Oh, this one. Okay. Okay.
What's my password? Whoa. Na, 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 na.
Oh, it wasn't this one. It wasn't this one. What was it? Was this one, right?
Like only a 10-minute cool.
Increase? No, I don't want to increase my security.
Crown.
The stream.
What is that?
Oh, look. I like that guy.
Oh, you found one.
No, I like that guy that you're scrolling. There's that guy, the Force Gaming.
Force
I like
Gaming?
his reviews.
Oh,
yes,
this
Force
one.
Gaming.
Oh, okay. I think it was with friends. That one was just amazing.
This game sucks. It doesn't. I need a beard. I want a beard, and I cannot use one.
Crown Media?
I don't know.
Crown Weather?
One ugly son of a gun.
What should I do now?
You look really.
No, it wasn't this one.
What the heck? Going with this the body.
No.
Oh yeah.
This one. Here it is.
I
Look.
look like I give wrong directions to people on
Look at
purpose.
this.
This is going to be a game like Ark.
I directed them to you. Welcome
That
to
people make
Once
such
Human, a
things.
free-to-play strange post-apocalyptic open-world survival game. As you probably already know, the boys.
Okay.
I'm reshaping, dude.
Don't come out till you look beautiful, baby.
I look like I ate a lot of acorn.
Are there sport bikes?
We all have the same character right now.
What sport bikes? On this game, Once Human?
Grabbing the blue thing and sending it right.
Yeah, any motherfucker can pull up and create a character, but it takes a real
Enter the
man to
name.
crank
Which name
everything
should
to
I
the
put?
right.
The name for the character? Dragon Ball?
It's Dragon Ball.
I don't know if I want a big chin.
My chin's
Cyborg.
melting off my
It's going to
face.
be my name. I can put random. MBBCU. What the hell?
A candle drip chin, bro. It's crazy. I look like I give wrong directions to people on purpose.
Dex.
I look like I ate the people you gave the wrong directions to.
I directed them to you.
You really can be whatever the hell you want in this game. Guys, nobody else better do the very small eyeballs. I'm calling dibs on those.
You can take the small eyes. That's fine.
Dude, I ain't ever getting water in my eyes, dude. There ain't no way. Bro, there's actually a J on my fucking brow. Like, it's literally a J. Dude, what is wrong with my guy? I look like I'm wearing Balenciaga sunglasses. What is going on? I just got to the eyes. Yep.
Yeah, not no sport bikes.
Okay, I'm going small.
I think this the bike you saw, that's the only one.
I shouldn't be allowed to create characters. This is horrible.
Okay, let's see what they created.
Amazing like this.
Oh my god, I think I killed someone.
I ain't ever. Buddy. Oh, crank it. Wait.
You're a pit bull.
Dude, you look like the Grinch.
Like a pug. Or, yeah, the Grinch.
You look like the shaved Grinch.
Hold on, I'm
The
taking
Grinch
everything
in the
off,
summertime.
Baby.
Okay, my game is at 38. Wow, amazing.
I have psychic
Whoa,
powers.
dude, he's got some big cat.
What?
I think your character has psychic powers.
Calves, bro.
Calves, dude.
Jesus.
Dude, you actually look like a squirrel.
I should create the
I'll
girl.
take it.
Look at how small my eyeballs
You
are.
actually
Have you seen this?
You're from fucking negative.
Me?
You're from
No.
10,000
I'm in the game.
BC, bro. That's what you.
Oh, okay, okay.
Look at my
I'm
bill.
doing the initial part. Oh my god, you're a drug addict. As soon as you leave a
I told
pause,
you I'll give you
you
10 bucks if
inject
you follow
yourself.
my mouth. Because it's not where you think it is. That's not it.
You look like something that pops
Dun,
up in a
dun, dun,
haunted
dun.
house.
Look at my build too. I went full width,
Control is
upper
to
half
roll.
full, small on
T to
lower half.
crouch.
Get out of the way, dude.
Told
You can
you
step
we were
things.
that to wait to find. Okay. I'm not just complaining about the waiting hours. Man, I can't do nothing about that. I was expecting to play this game about 12 hours ago.
Smitty, you are so ugly.
Summon vehicles. G. No vehicle permission. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, I have to change one thing on the game. Settings. Where is settings? Where are the controls?
He's minding his business. You
Keyboard.
leave him alone.
Bro,
Where is the mouse?
what is that thing?
I want
What is
to
this,
adjust
dude? No,
this-
it's just
the
the,
mouse
way you came into
sensitive.
frame and terrified me. All right, I think I got. Where are you guys?
Okay.
No. Where is game settings? Is it?
I'm
Screen
sorry.
share, Camera.
Oh, okay. I'm not complaining. Just saying. Okay, yeah. I can't
Complain.
do nothing about that. I'm sorry. I'm just. It's 40% now. Wow.
He's harvesting the grass for skill, and I'm. No, that doesn't
What
make
is
sense.
the well determines the overall sensitive?
Oh, I know. I'm
Let's
trying to
put
shoot
150.
He's 200 feet tall, and I'm just a silly little guy with a big nose.
Ow!
Not sensitive at all.
Clap this shit.
Input password. What's the password?
You need a password?
To exit the room. Probably it's on the memo that I didn't read.
Oh, you should read the memos, man. You should
Blah,
read.
blah, blah, blah.
You
The
should
code has
read
been
the
updated
memos.
in confirm supervisor. 064. Yes, 064.
Oh, PvP or PvE. Okay, let's see. PvP, what is the difference between PvP
What
and
is up, you
PvE?
guys? Glitches here, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm bringing you the second
PvP
video
probably
in
can
my
attack the
everything
other
you need
guys.
to know.
What?
PvP
Yes, I
probably
know.
can attack the-
Well, that's what I'm saying since the beginning. This game is a crossing about Rust that we can fight with each other and crafting, even have the furnace to make new materials. And
I cannot exit the room.
you can't.
Well,
And in the other side,
access code for Chrono Cage experiment area has been must be changed daily. There's the code for the I was using a
for the
different one.
upcoming
0728. 0728.
Release of Once Human.
0728.
Before I get into the details of the video, though, I need to give another
Okay.
shout out to Starry
Dun, dun,
Studios
dun, dun.
for
I'm the
sponsoring
Terminator.
these videos. They were kind enough
You
to
are
give me early
Terminator.
access to a test client
Oh,
that kind of
dun,
mimics
dun, dun, dun.
the
Someone is
full
dead.
release version of the game to allow me
Interact.
to record some of this footage and show off some of the new features that are going to be included in
Okay,
the game at full
okay,
release.
okay.
So without any further
Sexy.
ado, let's jump into it. The video that I wanted to bring you guys
Okay, I don't
today
know
is
what-
regarding, in my opinion,
What's
one of
this
the
mumbo
most
jumbo?
important decisions that you have to make
I have a
before
card.
any other decision in the actual game, and that is picking
What
what
is
type
this?
of server you want to
Ooh.
join. Now,
My
in
survival
the full
pack,
release of Once
probably.
Human, they've divided the server types up in between PvE servers and PvP servers, and depending on which one you choose, the seasonal events on that particular server last
42%.
So I
Wow.
wanted to kind of
We are
summarize
we are
all the
getting
features
there.
that you're going to be getting with both.
This game
so you
is
have
is
a
is
good
terrifying.
understanding of what you will have and what you will not have.
I think
to make your
it has
decision,
so much definitions
first character.
and
Now, right out the gate, when you go to create that
the
character,
things you can, the menus that you have for just
now,
to create things. It's
obviously, I only have 2 options on the test server, but on the real
yeah,
release, there's going to be
plenty of
to a
options.
dozen of these that you can choose from, and there's going to be certain tags that you're going to want to look out for. First of which is going to be server population.
From the current
they're
season
gonna
are
be
stored in
Oh.
the space-time backpack. There's seasons on this.
Look, yes, there is, and you have to be careful. If it's shield, you're going to have hurt on your health. If you don't have the appropriate things to have here to warn you or something like that.
Oh, I have.
Look, I'm seeing now this guy that I'm streaming is saying that one of the things that we should be taking care is when choosing the server, how much population is on that server.
This is low.
Oh, okay.
Medium or high, that determines how many active players are already on that server. If you're coming into the game a little bit later than release, I would recommend going on a earlier lifespan, lower population server, because the progression that the community on that server makes over a certain period of time determines what phase of the season that they're going to be in. And if you join a high population server later in the game, you might miss out on the introduction of some of those early seasonal events. So lower population server, an earlier lifespan server, you're going to be right there in the beginning with everyone else, and you'll kind of be on the same playing field. Everyone will be about the same level. You won't have to worry about other players being higher geared than you, things like that. Obviously, if you're playing on day one, though, it's pretty much going to be an even playing field. Everyone's going to be jumping in at the same time, so it doesn't really matter at that point. But if you're coming in later, that is something to think about. But once you decide basically the server size population, you then have to choose whether or not you want PvE or PvP. Now, before I get into the nitty gritty and all the actual details, and you don't want to watch the entire video, I think I can throw up this quick little visual guide that Azel83, I believe, on YouTube was kind enough to make, and this has been shared across Discords or in Reddit and things like that multiple times. It's kind of a quick little cheat sheet that shows some of the major things that you get and don't get depending on the server type that you choose. The first one that I think I should go over is PvP, because there's a couple more things to talk about. Now, on PvP servers, if we log in here, I can also kind of show off how this ties into your seasonal progression. The main thing that you get on a PvP server starting out is going to be the
how big is the game?
Stones. Now, if you go into the banner in the escape window, this brings up all of the different phases
the
of
storage that
is set at a certain point once all the different phases are
how much storage he has?
Certain features are going to be
not how much storage, how much
and they're going to slowly start bringing
how big is in storage or
on what phase you're going to.
gigabytes.
Servers, for example, on like phase 1 and phase 2, they're going to start dropping something called an echo stone. Now,
I think it's 56
fly around the sky, and they're going to periodically during a designated time frame.
This is very cool. You snap the fingers and you see what points of interest around you.
Echo stones are a PvP exclusive sort of cortex, similar to the cortexes that you're going to be getting on the PvP server. Only the difference
you have a kit?
Are the vicinity of the stones are going to be flagged.
Oh, I had okay.
So the second you start,
once human has
taking you out and fighting over the echo stone. Now you're probably wondering, why is it so important to get these echo stones? It's important because once you bring it back to your base, if you can successfully purify an echo stone, you get a Starchrome reward, which you wouldn't get from a cortex normally. So it is a basically
it's about
PvP,
56.
Centric stone that gives you more Starcom rewards than
More or
normally
less.
that you would on a PvE server. The only big downside is, and this kind of leads me into the next topic that you saw on that checklist, is workshop defenses. Normally, when you're doing cortex extractions and you're doing territory purifications, you only have to worry about PvE enemies and deviants that spawn and try and attack your base. But if you're trying to purify an Echo Stone, your entire base then gets flagged for PvP, and other players and other clans and warbands have the opportunity to attack you while you're purifying and try and destroy your base, destroy your resonator container, and steal that stone for themselves. So that's another big thing you're going to have to worry about on PvP servers. But if you're into PvP, it's actually pretty fun. The other thing that you have to take into consideration is that if you're big into big scale PvP battles, you won't be able to do any of that on a PvE server. Later in the phases, after you get the phase that starts dropping Echo Stones, you're eventually later on going to unlock basically guild versus guild or
now I have some shoes.
warband battles, which are basically giant frontier battles where different hives and warbands have to clash with one another to take over these frontier territories.
As I said, it's kind of rust
really rare resources that are good for later game fights.
I've seen this video and man is talking about the PvP servers. Yeah, it's kind of rust. It's players versus player, and you can raid your base and take everything.
Server. So the basically giant warband battles, the Echo Stones, the special Echo Stones,
and it's kind of
none of that.
You can enter a warband or gangs and attack other gangs.
Is you miss out on the world bosses. So the cool thing with PvE servers is instead of going a more PvP centric route and during each phase unlocking things that unlock more PvP centric events, we get things that are more PvE centric.
Use space time to investigate the area.
The Prime War easy mode starts. The Prime War is a basically larger scale activity where certain bigger, larger world bosses start spawning, and multiple hives and things like that can team up together to cooperatively take down large-scale monsters in a large-scale battle. And ultimately, by the end of a PvE season, you go against the Manibus, which is a giant tentacle boss that comes down from the sky. It's a pretty epic battle, and if you're into kind of PvE related content, it's a really unique event that you will only be able to experience if you're on a PvE based server. You don't get any of that on a PvP server. So that is the big difference, is the changes that are in this season. Everything on a PvE server, all the phases that you unlock are going to be geared strictly towards PvE world events, and on a PvP server, all the phases that you unlock are going to be strictly geared toward PvP.
Okay, guys, I'm going to reboot my system. It's not normal. I usually don't have so much time on processing Vulkan shaders. It's really quickly. So it must be happening something that I'm not controlled on it. So I will restart everything, but I will start stream also. So yeah, I'll be right back, okay? I should start this game hours ago and it's not starting. Okay, I'll be right back.